Hello there. So for this intro, you're going to have to imagine me in a swivel chair with my back to you. And I've just swiveled around and said, why, hello there. Alright, otherwise you can just look at the screen and see my little picture. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger because Facebook cuts it off. It is I, Erin Lloyd. So there you see, for those who've seen my profile picture, but only as the little circle that Facebook keeps it in, and it looks sort of cut off on the sides, that's because this image, one of the first selfies of myself I've ever taken, when I'd been awake for 24 hours, sick as a dog, looking like I'd been beat up in a fight and had two black eyes. I put a filter on it. Actually, I put a blue tinted overlay on it. Anywho, it was too tiny in its original format to meet Facebook's 180 by 180 pixels requirement, so I had to improvise, and so hence the white frame in order to use it as a Facebook profile picture. Well, Erin, you claim to be a business coach, for those who know me. Shouldn't you have a professional headshot by now? Well, it's true I've been an online entrepreneur since 2013. However, I've never actually needed the professional headshots yet, so I haven't got them yet. And eventually, like, it's on the to-do list, but it's not a priority. So it is what it is, and there you have it. So even with the blue overlay, I still look exhausted, but there is something that I do like about that picture of me, which is rare because in my entire lifetime, no matter what size I was, what age I was, no matter how pretty or unattractive I felt that day, I have never, ever been photogenic. Despite the fact that my mom made me model as a child and made me get my photos professionally taken as a child, which I resented her for, one of among many things. I also, for those who don't know me, was forced by same said mother to model at the mall during middle school of all times. So you can imagine how much fun that was at school, being mercilessly teased for being a model at the mall. Um, but I digress, as is my wont. And if you're new to me, welcome. Thanks for being here. Who the hell is this chick and what is she babbling on about? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Okay, so I am Erin Lloyd, and I just wanted to show you a better picture. Yes, even though it looks like I was punched in the eye and have black eyes, part of it is no matter how much sleep I've gotten, I do have hereditary dark circles. Sometimes they're better than others, but again, keep in mind that I had been up for 24 hours. But there's a certain warmth and that sort of Mona Lisa smile I have in this picture that I actually like. And so, even though I've never been photogenic in my life, this is one of the only pictures, despite how bad I looked because of being tired and sick and up for so long, that I actually like. So, when I was forced to finally put a photo on Facebook with this profile, I chose this one. All right, so let's get on with the show, shall we? We shall. So, if you're new to me, thanks for joining me. And what is the topic this week? And then I'll give you a brief rundown of why you should give a shit and why you might want to be here listening or attending. Part of me being here is for your entertainment, your amusement. As you can tell as I stumble over my words. Most of my trainings are inspired, and therefore my logical mind hates it because my logical mind, being raised left brain, prefers to structure things out. Hang on one second here. Alright, so as you can see from the date on the screen, it is Thursday, May 28th, where I am. And about 4 hours ago, I posted to my Erin Lloyd profile on Facebook. So, what did I post and why should you give a rat's ass? I'm so glad you asked. Okay, so here's the deal. I recommend you have water during my trainings and something grounding, like a rock or a pine cone or a Himalayan salt lamp if you have a safe kind that has not been recalled. If you're not sure, when in doubt, don't use it until you're sure. Or a houseplant, or your feet on the ground, or the floor, or the earth. Aaron, can it be crystals? Sure, if they're cleared and charged first, and if you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. You don't have to use them. Okay, so this topic of this training is going to be, sure, why not? Let's call it the message of the week this week. But Aaron, I haven't heard you mention the message of the week or share one in quite some time, and it kind of implies by the title hashtag message of the week that you would have one every week. Well, if you've followed me for any number of time or caught any of my previous message of the week videos, you'll have heard me say that I've never committed to actually delivering one message per week. I didn't want to put that kind of pressure on myself and or my business, and it may not seem like it's a lot of pressure, especially when I receive downloads, as we call them, or inspiration for my left brainers, so often, most days in fact. However, I don't always deliver a message of the week. When I do, and I'm sure it's the message of the week for that week, I will share it and let you guys know. It'll either be in the form of a post or a video or both. So why not? We'll call this one message of the week. So this message of the week is sort of an affirmation. Now, hold your hate. Breathe. Let's breathe together. Woosah. Yeah, okay. So check it out. Save your hate. I know that some of you are fans of affirmations, and some of you, like me, think affirmations are bullshit that don't work. Now, there are a few ways actually to get affirmations to actually work, and this training is not about that. However, if you would like to know what they are, drop a comment, whether you're watching this on Facebook and or my YouTube channel, and let me know. Hey Aaron, will you do a separate training and let us know about some of the techniques that you use or recommend to help affirmations actually work? And I will be happy. That would be my pleasure. Okay, so just drop a comment, let me know. Okay, so you could call it a mantra, an affirmation, a power statement. Ooh, I like that. Hashtag power statement. So whatever the hell you want to call it is fine by me. Whatever works for you, do you. Okay? But this week was more of an interaction, a participation, engagement type of post inspiration that came through today, which is this. And so I lead it with, as you can see here at the top of the screen, repeat after me. Repite, por favor. Okay, repeat after me. And then we have here what you could kind of think of as the power statement or affirmation or mantra. Okay, so repeat after me. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps. Again, I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps. Now, you can use your term for it here. Some of you resonate better with soulmate clients. Some of you have clients and customers. Some of you are service-based. Some of you have brick and mortar businesses but are now transitioning them to online. Or maybe you were partially online and partially brick and mortar, and COVID has maybe forced you to go solely online or to cut back on business altogether and look for new ways to adapt, or to use everybody's trendy 2020 word, pivot. Or am I the only one who that brings to mind Ross from Friends? Pivot with the couch. Sorry, I took a drink to have some water and I muted it, but I forgot to pause it first, so I'm still here. Sorry if you thought I just abandoned you. I'm so sorry. I would never want to do that to you. Okay, so what I was thinking while I was drinking the water when I thought I was paused is there's one of my humorous things that I can say where it doesn't actually date me, meaning my age, because now millennials watch Friends on reruns and other people watch Friends on like Netflix or cable or whatever on repeats and reruns too. So like almost everybody knows what Friends is or has seen the pivot meme with the couch. So I was thinking that was one thing that didn't date me, and now I've just outed myself in case that wasn't already apparent. So as you know, dating myself. Anyway, as I said, I digress, as is my wont. Okay, so look it. Some of you listening, this is one of my videos for my broader peeps, and I'm going to tell you about who I serve in a moment in case you're new to me or don't know. But some of you have customers, some of you have clients, some of you have both, some of you have patients, some of you have students, some of you have attendees or gigs or readers or listeners, right? Or just you may refer to them as your audience or your tribe, right? So just collectively, I say dream peeps. Okay, if you want to call them your soulmate peeps or your soulmate clients or your soulmate customers or your dream customers, fine. I only ask one thing. Don't come into my sphere, into my world, and use the word ideal. Ugh. Okay, if you want to use ideal for yourself, fine. Just don't mention it to me. But why, Erin? Why? What's so wrong with the term ideal to describe my peeps? Again, you do you. If that works for you, fine. But I don't need it in my sphere. It doesn't resonate with me and most of my own dream peeps. Okay? So do what works for you. But substitute when you're saying this power statement, I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream fill in the blank here. Or so do my soulmate fill in the blank here. Customers, clients, patients, students, readers, attendees, whatever. Listeners. Okay, you get the gist. So you can tweak it in a way that resonates and works for you, but the gist is still the same. Now, why would this be the message of the week? Why would you want to affirm this or make it a mantra or say it or write it or type it or believe it or repeat it? Because when you're in business, even if you're in a nonprofit business, your business has to generate revenue, and for the businesses that are not nonprofits, eventually a profit. Yes? If you're with me, drop a comment. Let me know. Okay. So, in my universe, in my sphere, in my world, if you want to grow your biz, quantum leap your biz, which is what I'm all about, you'll hear about in a minute. Scale your business, grow it, quantum leap it. Okay? It's going to require several components, including a commitment to your own individual personal growth and development. That's one of many components, but it is a key one. And part of that commitment to your own personal growth and development is continuing to invest in your own self and your own success. Now, what do I mean by that? Do I mean taking courses or continuing education or buying books and products, and digital and or physical? Do I mean hiring coaches or consultants or strategists or whatever? Yes, I mean it all. But you don't have to do it all at once, so just breathe. Breathe with me. That's right. I'm not saying go buck wild, mad, crazy. Or what do they call that old expression? Stark raving mad. And have to feel that you need to go invest all at once on a million different things. That is not what this mantra or power statement or affirmation that I wanted you to repeat after me is about. It's about reaffirming your commitment to yourself and reminding yourself that the fastest way to grow your business and your success or your creative career is by growing yourself. And one of the main ways we grow ourselves is by investing in ourselves and our success through one or more of the aforementioned ways. Okay? Usually all of them at varying times within our own business or career journeys, yeah? Make sense so far? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions relevant to this topic or today's conversation, feel free to drop those in the comments too, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Is that right? Is that right? Okay. So, when you invest in your success and yourself, you grow yourself. And that is the quickest way, not the only way, not the only component, but a key component and the quickest way to grow your business or your creative career. A commitment to doing that and actually choosing to do that and actually doing it are like three parts to that component, like an A, B, and C for my left brainers, okay? So like committing to grow yourself by investing in yourself and your success is the key component, and then the breakdown of that component would be part A, whatever we just said, part B and C, whatever I just said a minute ago. You don't actually expect me to know what I said a minute ago, do you? I have ADD here. Hello. Multi-passionate entrepreneur with ADD. Holla if you can relate in the comments. So just rewind if you missed it. Okay? All right. So that's the breakdown for my left brainers who like it logical and sort of outline style. And that helps me sometimes too. Remember, I was raised left brain. All right. So if growing your business and or your creative career happens by growing yourself, committing, that's what I think the A, B, and C were. Committing to growing yourself, choosing to grow yourself, and then actually doing the things that will grow yourself. And part of that is all part of that key component of investing in yourself and your success. Okay? So now that we've got that recap, and that's the fastest way to grow, say, a business. I'm a business coach. I'll get to that in a minute. So, but I also help, creatives and entertainers, visionary leaders and light bringers, and human transformers of all shapes and sizes. Okay, so are we clear? Let's recap. Quickest way to grow your business and results in success are to invest in yourself and your success. Boom. That can take place in a number of ways. Now, they don't all have to cost an arm and a leg, metaphorically. And you don't have to spend money on them all at once, but you are going to have to invest in your success and yourself. And I could have elaborated which when the inspiration, the download originally came through, I thought of adding in parentheses time, money, and energy, but I wanted to make it short and sweet, so I left it off this time. And then honestly, because I've got ADD, I just honestly forgot. I'm super busy multitasking. Now, save your hate before you get on me about multitasking. Erin, don't you know that some studies show that doing one thing at a time is a more effective use of your time and you'll be more efficient and more productive? Save your hate. I already know those studies, okay? And for some of you, if that works for you, again, do what works for you. If you have found that that works best for you, then honor yourself and do it. You've got my full support in that, absolutely. And for those of you who are like me, and I know there are lots of you like me, believe it or not, maybe a little less rambly and babbly. However, you are like me in this way, and if you can relate, let me know in the comments to what I'm about to say. But basically, things that work for most people or the quote-unquote norm of society don't work for us. And we know because we've tried for years often, repeatedly banging our heads against the wall to get it to work for us. And then we went into the judgment trap of making ourselves bad and wrong because we couldn't get it to work. And what's wrong with me? And why can't I fucking get it to work? And I know I'm not stupid. I know I'm smart. So there's got to be a reason. There must be something wrong with me, is basically, whether you consciously think it or unconsciously think it, the underlying resulting pattern and belief state that can happen. And it's really sad, and nothing good comes out of it. And I'm here to bring you some great news. If you can relate to that, let me know in the comments. Or if you don't want to, if you want to privately share, then send me a private message on my Erin Lloyd profile, or email me Erin ERIN at quantumleapyourbiznow.com. But the great news is this: you don't have to be stuck in that, and nothing's wrong with you. It's just that people like us, we don't work that way. We're not wired that way, and that's okay. And that is not a wrongness about you. That is a strongness about you. And it doesn't make you better than the so-called normal ones who can function that way. It just makes you different. But now that you know that nothing's bad or wrong about you because you can't function that way, no matter how hard you try, I hope that that brings you some relief. And if it does, please let me know in the comments, or message me, or send me an email. Because that was a huge, beyond huge, like that's an understatement, game changer for me. In fact, here's more good news related to that real quickly. The brain doctor, aka Dr. Daniel Amen, has books about ADD, and he talks about how well, at last check, there might be more by now, but at last check, I think he was up to like 7 different types of ADD. And when I say ADHD, I'm including the H in there too. I'm just saying it as ADD. And there was one type, this is the most fascinating part for people like us who have like hit our heads trying so hard to be like quote unquote them and the rest of them, right? And wondering why we can't get it to work for us, or haven't been able to get it to work for us. And it's that there's this type of ADD, I forget which number it is or whatever, but where the harder you try, like the worse shit gets. It gets harder, it gets worse. And it just gets more frustrating and more heartbreaking and more, what's that word? Starts with the D. Help a sister out if you're watching the replay. If I ever remember by then, drop it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. It's like not quite depressing, although it can be that too. Not quite debilitating, but there's something about it that's just like, this is not the D word I was thinking, but yeah, a downer, basically. But that's not the word I was thinking of. But the point is, it's just going to slow your success. And I'm all about skyrocketing your success, not slowing it, right? And if you can't relate, great, kudos, congratulations. You're one of the lucky ones. Great for you. But I wanted to take a moment to speak to my peeps who are like me and can relate to that. Okay, so back to the topic, the message of the week, the affirmation, power statement, whatever you want to call it. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps. Okay, so if you are always investing in your success, and just to repeat, I've clarified that I mean time, money, and energy. And I also want to repeat that I don't mean you have to go do that all at once, or go do hashtag all the things at once, okay, including with investing in yourself and your success, okay? But in order to achieve your business or career dreams and transform them into reality, in order to achieve the results that you're after, and to do it as quickly as and easily as possible and skyrocket your success in your creative career or business, yes, you're going to have to grow yourself too along the way, intentionally, not just accidentally. Now this is key. Intentionally, consciously choosing to grow yourself, not just accidentally. Now of course there's learning through accidents and just as part of life, right? And in business, and by doing, and by experimenting. And of course, if you didn't know that, now you know that. There are your extra tips. Of course, and this is the way I prefer to learn, from other people's mistakes instead of having to make so many of my own. Which doesn't mean we're not going to make any of our own. I know, God knows I've made plenty and will continue to make them because we all do. Okay, but the point is this: can we minimize our mistakes so we can skyrocket our success sooner? Yes. And one way we can do that, golden nugget, is by learning from other people's mistakes. I said it that way on purpose. Mistakes. Okay? But the main way, and the topic of this week's message of the week, is by always investing in yourself and your success to grow yourself and your success and your business or your creative career. Okay? And skyrocket your success. Now, and that means time, money, and energy. Okay? So then, I'm sure you're with me and get that part. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. But so then you might be thinking, then Erin, why did you add this last part of it, the power statement, the affirmation, the mantra, whatever you want to call it, and so do my dream peeps? This is key because there are a couple different reasons for this. One, some of you, not naming any names, but you know who you are. A lot of you are service-based entrepreneurs, whether you're online, offline, or a combination out thereof, or you're transitioning from being offline to online now, or you're working a 9 to 5 but trying to get a side biz, side hustle, service-based going online that can eventually become your new main gig, your main thing, your dream job, your dream biz, whatever. You know what I'm telling me. And feel free to drop in the comments, which is you. Are you trying to grow a dream career or a dream business? And is it a side gig that you intend to make a full-time gig? Is it a brick and mortar you're trying to make transition to online? Where are you in your journey? What kind of business or career are you trying to grow? Okay? Excuse me. So the point is, we need to generate revenue in a business, whether it's nonprofit or for profit as a business. If it is a for profit business, it eventually has to generate a profit too. Okay? Now, if you're new to online business or you're just dipping your toes in the water, I want to give you sort of a caveat here, which is you're going to see a bunch of promises like, oh, live the laptop lifestyle of luxury. And it's going to sound so rad and great. And you're going to be like, yeah, I want that. Working part time, being my own boss, having time and location freedom, working from the beach or my favorite cafe, my laptop whenever I want, doing my service based biz or selling my products, whether you're doing like drop ship or creative things you make and sell for yourself or others on, eBay or Amazon or Etsy or Redbubble or whatever. Or maybe you're a practitioner for health or you're a doctor and you're trying to switch or transition to medicine for your patients or clients. So you get what I'm saying. Let me know where you are and how this applies to you in the comments. But you're going to be seeing all these promises of this kind of lifestyle you can live. And here's the deal. It actually is not too good to be true for some of you. And it actually is way more achievable than it sounds. However, that being said, you do also want to take it with a grain of salt. And by that, I mean that it's still a business or a creative career, and like anything, it's going to require some amount of doing, some amount of action taking, and some amount of effort. Now, it doesn't always have to be hard work, but if you're in the startup stages like 0 to 2 years or 0 to 3 years, it is going to potentially, this is different for everyone, okay? There are overnight successes, and you might be one of them. Congrats if you are. However, for most people going into the world of online entrepreneurship, or taking a creative career online, or trying to grow yourself or make a name for yourself, or become an influencer as part of growing your brand or your biz or your career of going online, is that it's going to require more energy from you and often more time from you up front than it does once it gets rolling and flowing. And that can sometimes take 2 to 3 years. And even then, And that's even to sometimes generate a profit. Hold up, Aaron. Did you just say to me that it could take 2 to 3 years to even start to generate a profit as an online entrepreneur? And that maybe I can live the luxury laptop lifestyle, but maybe it won't be instant or right away or overnight. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And hopefully, if you were sold that, you'll now have, some dose of practicality and grounding. It doesn't mean it can't happen for you. Again, maybe you will be an overnight success or already are. And if so, kudos, congrats. Just know that it's not the norm or the standard, and that any startup career or business does require extra time and energy, and yes, doing action taking and some effort, because you're going to be growing yourself and learning and getting the basics down. Now, if you can afford to hire your dream team to support you up front, or you find a way to afford them, I still don't always recommend you do this. Let me interrupt that other thought to say this. Just because you can find a way to afford a support team at the beginning of your entrepreneurial career or influencer career or business online, doesn't mean you should hire them right away. Why? Because you don't always need them and you're not ready to scale yet. So here's the golden nugget. When you're ready to scale, you're definitely going to want to hire your dream team. And if you want references for, say, an OBM, which is, if you don't know, an online business manager, or a VA, which is a virtual assistant, okay, who can support your efforts that way, or even for an online project manager. Some OBMs do online project management as well as virtual assistants. It's very slightly. If you want references to web designers, graphic designers, OBMs, virtual assistants, project managers, when you're ready to grow your dream team and scale, I got you. I got your hookups. I got the hookup. Okay, just hit me up. I'll let you know. That being said, sometimes you can make your success go faster, speed up your success if you're able to hire that dream team sooner. Aaron, are you that? Sounds like you're saying different things and contradicting yourself, you may be thinking. Well, I get that it could sound like that, but let me try to clarify it. When you're ready to scale, yes, I absolutely recommend that if, listen carefully, if it's inspired and aligned, and you're guided to do so from within, that you hire your dream team. That might be one person, that might be several people, to help you run your biz or organization or manage your, influencer, entertainer career, whatever. Okay? However, at the beginning, even if you can afford to invest in a success support team, you may not need them yet. So, because I'm talking to multiple people at once here, I have to give you generalized recommendations. So, how do you know at what point, if you're just in the startup phases of business and you want to speed up your success, and you're like, well, what I hearing you say, Aaron, is that I could sort of speed up my success partially by investing in myself and my success by hiring a support staff of one or more people to do some things for me, like maybe some techie things or some things I don't want to do or don't know how to do on social media or websites or whatever going online, so I can just do my jam, which is whatever lights me up the most for this career or business, right? And that might be the best choice for you to prioritize investing in even early on, but it might not be. So your next question might be, then how do I know, Aaron? And I gave you a hint a minute ago. I said only hire a team if it's aligned and inspired and or guided to do so. So that's the big key takeaway for you there, golden nugget. Okay, I love to drop golden nuggets in my trainings if you're new to me. Next, there are more personalized and practical things to look at too, strategy wise, of where you are now and where you want to be in your business or creative career, that will also help me to properly personalize and customize the recommendations and advice for you on when would be a great time to hire your dream team, if at all. and if you're ready now, and if it would be advantageous to do that now or not. Okay? And in order to receive my customized expertise on that subject, we would have to be working and playing together, okay? So, in actual conversations one on one. And in order to do that, if you'd like to learn more how to do that, stay tuned. I will let you know how you can find out more. Starting with receiving one of my exclusive free Quantum Leap Your Biz sessions valued at $555. Woo. All right, can I get a what? Okay, so recap. You might be taking away so far. Okay, so she's saying I have to invest time, money, and energy into myself and my success to grow myself, which will help me speed up my success and grow my success in business or creative career. Okay. Because that will help me to what? I haven't said this directly yet, but it will help you to, how do businesses operate, you guys? Through people. People who need people. So, yes, bad singing comes along with the package. Sorry, not sorry. All right, so here's the deal. It comes through people. Customers, clients, patients, attendees, students, readers, audience members. Right? Who am I forgetting? Whoever I'm forgetting, you know what I mean. Your dream peeps that buy your products and services. Okay, or take your courses, or buy your books. Students, I think that's who I was forgetting. Or attend your gigs and shows, or live events. Okay, or the products that you recommend if you're doing like a passive affiliate marketing kind of thing as an influencer. So are you getting, is this making sense? Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Okay, the point is, to have a business, you need to generate revenue. And how do you generate revenue? Through your products and or services and or performances and or books or lectures or courses or classes or whatever it is. Okay, so, and who buys those? People. Okay, your dream people, aka your dream peeps. So, when you grow yourself by investing in your success as one main key component and yourself, you can grow your success because if you haven't got what I'm putting down yet, it will help you attract and get and receive and welcome and have more of your dream peeps, which will help you generate revenue sooner and or more of it if you've been in business for a while or this career for a while. Okay, and eventually profit. And if you're already profiting, great, congratulations. How would you like to grow that profit? Then you're going to have to keep committing to growing yourself. And the key way you do that is by investing time, money, and energy into it, growing yourself and your success. Yeah, you dig? So, in order for those people, your peeps, your dream peeps, to buy from you, because even if you consider yourself a more spiritual person or entrepreneur or creative or light bringer or whatever or artist, and you're like, oh, but Erin, I hate that word buy and I hate the word sell and it just feels so sleazy and icky and right? A lot of people who come to me hate the terms marketing and sales and think of it as being sleazy and icky. I don't work that way. I don't do business that way. Okay, I'm all about doing business in a way that lights you up, that's fun and inspired and light and joyful even. Okay, that's in integrity with your core values, sleaze free, and that you can have and create a conscious and prosperous business you love without selling out, burning out, or losing your soul. With more ease, joy, freedom, flow, fun, and fulfillment faster than you ever thought possible. Woo, woo. Can I get an amen in the comments? Can I get a what? Who's with me? Let me know in the comments. So, Now, let me be clear here because I did just mention being conscious and prosperous because I myself am a conscious and prosperous entrepreneur and live by what I speak and recommend. So, I want to clarify something. 2 points actually. One, do you now get that the point of the affirmation, aka mantra, aka power statement, is that you're going to shortcut your success and speed up your success and skyrocket your success by choosing to grow yourself through the key component of investing in yourself and your success. Investing time, money, and energy through programs and or courses and or learning and or growing and or coaches and consultants and strategists. Oh my, right? And not necessarily all at once. And there are other ways to grow yourself too. This is just one of the main ways we're talking about it. And that doing that is going to help you speed up your success because it's going to help you become more magnetic to your own dream peeps. Now, I haven't explained or elaborated on why that is yet or how that works yet because we're already at 40 minutes. So we probably won't go into that now. But if you have questions, if you're like, okay, so what you're saying is there's a cause and effect. Because I choose to invest in myself and grow myself and commit to that and take action to do that, that's going to make me more magnetic to my dream peeps, which will help me get more of them or higher caliber ones, which will help me to generate revenue for my business or creative career, and then eventually profit or profit more if you already are. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's the main point of this message of the week and using this mantra and repeating it after me. However, there is a secondary part here, which is that a lot of you, especially service-based providers, are guilty of not investing in your own self for success, yet expecting your own dream peeps to invest in themselves and their success through your products and or services. You know, if this is you I'm talking to, you that you're guilty of this. Now, usually the thinking goes something like, well, I'll invest in myself and hire a coach or consultant or strategist or this person or that person or this team member or that team member when I'm ready. Okay, the support team of a VA or an OBM or a project manager was just one example of investing in your success by hiring a support team. I'm also talking about hiring coaches, consultants, strategists, web and graphic designers, photographers for photo shoots, etc., etc. But Erin, you said you didn't need a professional photo yet. That's for me and my business. I haven't required it yet. Okay, but I still have it on the list, and when it's guided and aligned and inspired and time, I will choose that and get it. Okay? But everybody in their business and career are different. You may need one sooner than I do. So in the back of your mind, when you're thinking of, okay, who are some of the people I may need to hire in order to shortcut my success, skyrocket my success, to help grow myself and by investing in myself and my success. We've looked at team members, a support team staff such as a virtual assistant, an online business manager, a project manager, these kinds of people. We've mentioned web designers, graphic designers, photographers for photo shoots, these kinds of people. I've also mentioned coaches and consultants and strategists. I haven't even gotten to mention healing facilitators yet. Now, if you're one of my left brainers listening, you probably just went, F that. That sounds like some woo-woo hippie nonsense. Well, you're welcome to your opinion, but I would invite you to open your mind and reconsider. Because healthy skeptics are welcome. I'm one myself quite often. I view healthy skepticism in many cases as a good thing. Cynics, however, are completely closed off and not welcome. And if you are a cynic in here, I'm surprised you've been here this long. The door's that way. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you. Okay? You're not welcome here if you're a cynic. You are welcome here, however, if you're a healthy skeptic. That's cool too. Well, Erin, why would you welcome them? You have to be positive to be in business. You have to imagine and visualize and da 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 da. And don't they know if they're not positive, they're not going to have success, and positivity is a way to skyrocket your success too? If that's what you're thinking. And I'm making fun of everybody on the spectrum, by the way, in extreme ways to make a point. I'm being absurd intentionally to make a point because I've been everybody on the spectrum. I've been super cynical. I've been regular skeptical. I've been healthily skeptical. I've been at neutral. I've been positive. I've been optimistic. I've been every extreme you can think of on here. So I do poke a little fun at all of us because we're all at different points on our journey, yeah? And so I can relate to all of you because I am you. And so that reminds me of this song, I am you and you are me, XYZ to A, B, C, U, B, S, we are one. I might drop the link for the video for that down in the comments. Okay, so those are like support team members that could be part-time or continual, which if you don't know, there is a difference between the word continual and continuous. And no, I'm not just being playing with semantics here. Semantics. I mean it like literally there is a difference. Continual means it's interrupted, and continuous means it's not interrupted. It's like a wave length, a wave pattern instead of like a particle. And we do sometimes go into quantum physics and things when we're doing trainings and when you work and play with me, because everything I do is called Quantum Leap Your Biz for a reason, you guys. We do a lot of work in the quantum. And even when I was a major left brainer, I could find science from quantum physics and mechanics to help me understand ways that things could work for me. Not because I was trying to make it was like I was like wanted them to work this when I was healthily skeptical. And if it did, great, but I wasn't holding my breath, right? But the fact that quantum physics science supports all the work I do allows my logical mind to open the gateway, and this will work for you too, for your logical mind too, especially if you're a left brainer, to allow us access to where I'm able to help you, if we work and play together, get rapid results in your business or creative career. And that's because I use a proven holistic approach, and that works simultaneously on multiple levels. Okay, and in order to access those other levels, we oftentimes need to get past the first gatekeeper, and the first gatekeeper is usually your logical mind, especially in my people who resonate with being more left brains, logical, analytical. And so if that's you, quantum physics is going to be your best friend throughout the process and the journey, whether or not we ever work and play together again. Okay? All right. So some of you, whether you're relatively new or been in business for several years or online or off for years, expect your dream peeps to buy from you, hire you, whatever, but you don't do the same. So you expect them to invest in themselves by buying your shit and hiring you, but then you don't go and hire a coach or a consultant or a strategist or these other people to help you and invest in yourself and your success and do the same thing. Now, this message wasn't just shared so that you don't be a hypocrite. Many of us are guilty of this. And it's legitimate in many ways. Like, again, a lot of us are like, oh, well, I'll do that when I can afford it after I have the clients and the customers and the attendees and the students and blah, 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 and then I can afford it. Not realizing that you can find ways, creative ways sometimes, but ways to invest in your success now, and that if you do it sooner rather than later, you guys, it's going to save you emotional pain, financial pain, unnecessary struggle and frustration and exhaustion and burnout and wanting to pull your hair out if you have any, and wanting to quit, and maybe even actually quitting on your dreams when the going gets tough. And yes, Billy Ocean, the tough get going just came into my mind because I have what I've deemed musical ADD. So and I'm also a DJ. So basically, I call it musical ADD, but my mind is programmed musically as well. Okay, the point. The point is this. Even if you haven't been a hypocrite in this way, but you're getting started and you're like, oh, well, I'll invest in my success later. I didn't realize it was that important and it could really help me skyrocket my success and shortcut my success and speed up my success, Aaron. Thanks for telling me that, because I was going to put it off till later. And I really could find a way to prioritize paying and investing in myself now, my success now, but I didn't realize it was that big of a deal. So now you know, and if you get nothing else, then I've helped you in that way, whether you end up working with me or someone else. Great. Let me know in the comments. However, and so maybe you're not guilty of being a hypocrite of this, or maybe you were, but you were an accidental hypocrite, like you're just getting started or started online part, and you're like, oh, it didn't occur to me that by asking my dream peeps to buy my products and or services, or show up, or my books, or show up at my gigs, or my live events, or whatever it is that you're offering, but not doing that myself because I thought I was done. Because I've been there and done that, got the t-shirt, right? I got the degrees, I've got the certifications. That's if you do. Many of you don't, and that's cool too. And one of your biggest hindrances to speeding up your success is the belief that you can't yet reach that next level because you don't have the degrees or the certifications. I've got you, boo. Don't worry. If that's you, let me know in the comments, or if you don't want to publicly share that, PM me at my Erin Lloyd account on Facebook, or send me an email to Erin, ERIN, at quantumleapyourbiznow.com. I've got you too. Don't worry. Okay, but for some of you who do, you're like, oh, I've got the certifications, I've got the degrees, I've got, my LLC or my incorporation, or I've got this, or I've got that, I've got my what you might call it, business plan, Stan. I'm all set up. I've got all my logistics covered, right? And you've ticked all the boxes and, crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's. So, I'm talking to a lot of you left brainers. And you're like, yes, so I'm ready to go. And then you go to start selling or inviting, whatever freaking word you want to use. And what's happening is you're accidentally being a hypocrite because you think you're done. You think, well, I've already invested in my success, Aaron. I spent all this money on university and college degrees and certification programs and da-da-da-da-da. And I did all that so that I could serve these people. Yes, if you've done that, great. And this may at first come as some bad news to you, but it's actually good news. So just breathe and open your mind, please, and hear me out. If you really want to realize your full potential in business or a creative career, or as an influencer, or with passive income, or any area of your life, you must always keep learning, growing, and evolving. Boom. It's not, well, I got the degrees and crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's and got the certificates and I worked in corporate and I did this and I did that, so I'm done now. I know that your ego, and this is natural and human, so I'm not making you bad or wrong for this, okay? We all have egos and they all take pride in achievements. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel proud of yourself or your achievements either, and that's all just ego, but a part of it is ego, okay? And the ego loves to believe that you're done. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I'm done. I'm ready to offer, do my business, do my career, make the monies, serve the peoples. And it doesn't work that way. Business is a different creature, and even if you're in a creative career, that's basically your business, okay? Even if you're an influencer, that's basically your business. It doesn't work that way if you want to keep reaching the highest levels you're capable of. It doesn't work that way that you just do that and then you stop and then you're done, and that's that. And now you're ready to just offer stuff and you never have to learn another goddamn thing again. Now, I've just said that, and for some of you, your heads might have just exploded. For some of you, your egos might be really pissed off at me right now. So just breathe. You might have a little cognitive dissonance going on right now if your ego and logical mind just kicked up. It might be having a little temper tantrum even. That's okay. It's normal. Just breathe. It might take you a few days or a few weeks or a month or so or a few months before you finally let yourself get what and receive and let in what I've just shared. That's okay. You do you. Take your time. But if you really want to speed up your success, the sooner you can choose to accept this reality and these facts, the better. For yourself and the people you came here to serve. So let's take a moment to go into what I was supposed to do momentarily, several moments ago, which is basically elaborate more on who I serve and how. But before I do that, I want to clear up this last point. Even if you've accidentally been a hypocrite because you thought you were done and you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and so you don't need to continue to grow and learn and evolve, and now you know, oh shit, I've been accidentally being a hypocrite. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize that to reach the highest echelons of whatever success looks like or feels like for me in my business and or career, that I've got to continue investing in my success, continue learning, growing, and evolving. Okay? And one of the main ways to do that, the fastest and easiest ways to get there, is to hire the best business coach for you. That's right, I said it and I mean it and I stand behind it. Oh, but Erin, you're biased. Didn't you say you're a business coach? Yes, I did. And even before I became a business coach, I knew this to be true. And guess what? I had a one-on-one business coach. Okay? So here's the thing. Whether you've been being a hypocrite on purpose or accidental, and either way it was probably innocent. I'm not trying to make you bad or wrong whether you were doing it accidentally or you were saying, oh, I'll do it when I get to it, or I'll do it when I have money, or it's not really a priority, or I'll do it after I have the students and the clients and the patients and the clients and the customers and the attendees and the readers and the book sales and blah, blah, blah. Okay? That even is sort of accidental. And now if you get nothing else from me, let it be known, no. If you want to skyrocket your success, you're not done. Don't wait. Prioritize it now. Now, do I mean put yourself in a survival mode situation where you could end up losing your home or starving? No, absolutely not. Never do that. Okay? I'm about thriving, hashtag safe to thrive, not surviving. Okay? But there are often ways to invest in your success sooner rather than later that you may have not even known existed or thought about, that if you would open your mind to creative possibilities would allow you to do that. And it would have a payoff because it actually works where you invest first time, energy, and money in your success, and then it becomes easier and faster. Especially when you're learning from somebody who has sadly spent most of their life as a left brain and done things hard-headed. Okay, so I've been through now know that I now know to be unnecessary, which makes it that much bittersweet. Pain and unnecessary struggle and hardships, and can now help you so you don't have to repeat my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. You don't have to repeat them. You don't have to go through that. Let me help you make your success faster and easier. Let me help you speed up your success with more ease, joy, freedom, flow, fulfillment, and fun faster than you ever thought possible. And without burning out, selling out, or losing your soul, so you can transform the world like you came here to do. Okay? But basically, whether you were accidentally being a hypocrite or didn't know any better or thought, oh, I can invest later, it's okay to ask my people to buy from me now. No. Now you know. Make it a priority to invest in yourself and your success as soon as possible. Time, money, and energy. Keep choosing to learn, grow, and evolve. Always in life and business, in every area and way, and it will get better and better. There's a saying from NLP that goes, and no, I'm not just a main NLP person or anything, but there's tons of value in it, and I know many NLP coaches and many people who have had benefits from it. And so I borrow elements from it where appropriate with my coaching and consulting clients as well. But there's a saying that we can take and we'll throw this in as a bonus sort of affirmation, which is, or power statement, which is the better it gets, the better it gets. The better it gets, the better it gets. Right? And so that's for some of us who've had programming that's like, oh, well, it can't get any better than this. No, if you work and play with me, and even if you just absorb my free stuff, you're going to hear me say or read me say a lot. What, how does it get even better than this? How does it get way better than this? How does it get any better than this? In various forms, in various ways, quite often, quite frequently. Okay, it's more powerful than the better it gets, but one is not better than the other. I would recommend highly that you add both of those to your toolbox. Okay, so now you've come away, if nothing else, with these 3 power statements, aka affirmations. 1, I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps, because it's only fair if you are going to ask them to invest in their lives, in their relationships, in their health, in their success or money or business or whatever it is that you offer them solutions to. Golden nugget, I said solutions. Make sure you're offering them solutions. Okay? Whatever you're offering them solutions to are ways, golden nugget again, to make their lives better, or their businesses better, or their money or relationships or sex lives or health better, or businesses or careers better or easier. Okay? Golden nugget. If you expect them to buy from you to do that, or invest in themselves by hiring you, or buying from you, or signing up for your shit, or reading your stuff, or listening to your podcast, or whatever, then you have to continue to invest in yourself and your success too. Okay? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You gotta be the model, exemplify it, whatever the word is, embody it, exemplify it. They may not directly know you're investing in your success, but they're going to sense it. Oh, Erin, my peeps aren't woo-woo. Listen, quantum physics tells us that we are 24/7 absorbing other people's energy like living, breathing antenna. We're transmitting and receiving information in the form of energy 24/7. So whether or not they use the word sense or you use the word sense, they can sense it. Okay? I'm a client attraction specialist. So I know client attractants and client repellents, and I teach on them also. You are accidentally, unintentionally repelling your dream peeps if you're expecting them to buy from you, but you're not continuing to invest in your own self and success. Don't be a Karen. Don't be a Mike. No, I'm kidding. But you get it. Don't be a hypocrite. Continue to learn, grow, evolve. And one of the main ways you do that is by continuing to invest your time, money, and energy in your success. And the quickest, fastest, easiest way to get there to the highest levels available to you are to work with the best business coach for you. And that might just be me. I am one of the top business coaches. However, does that mean that I would be the best one for you or you'd be the best dream client for me? Not necessarily. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, in case you couldn't tell already. So, and you may not be everybody's cup of tea either, and you may not be mine either, right? So, and that's cool. That's perfectly fine, right? But it may be, and you may be for me. So, to start to wrap up here, because I see we're at an hour. Okay, so to start to wrap up here, I want to recap. Don't be a hypocrite, accidentally or otherwise. Prioritize sooner rather than later investing in your success. Always choose to continue learning, growing, and evolving personally and professionally. It will make you a better person. It will make you a better business person or career person too. And P.S. Golden Nugget, it's going to help you improve in other areas of your life as well as a side effect, a good side effect or bonus, which I like to call icing on the cake, right? Okay, so make sure that if you want to skyrocket your success or shortcut it or speed it up, that you work with the best business coach for you sooner rather than later. And again, there could be other ways that you're investing in your success, time, money, and energy too. We touched on some of those earlier. And you don't have to do them all at once. If you could only pick one, I would say start with the business coach. Okay? Be a good model for your peeps, because whether or not you tell them that you're investing in your success, whether or not you tell them that you continue to always invest in your success and yourself and continue to learn, grow, and evolve in every way that you can, personally and professionally, they will sense it when you do it. And it's energetically more magnetic and attractive to model that for them and to do the same that you're asking them to do. Okay? All right, next. So, more about me a little bit. I've told you a little bit. So, what do? I am your shortcut to success. Okay? I've got several titles. Some of them are woo-woo sounding than others, but basically, I work with both the inner games and outer games of success, right? To help you get the results you're after. Because at the end of the day, it's about results, tangible and intangible. Now, if you're more left brainer, you're going to only be focused on tangible results, and that's okay. I feel you. I get where you're coming from. Yeah, I've been you. I dig it. I get it. And let me just tell you though, bonus golden nugget, that the reason you think you want those tangible results isn't just to pay your mortgage or to live your luxurious laptop dream life. It's some of it is for your ego, especially if you're more functioning from left brain. Sorry to tell you, but it's true. And some of it isn't. The majority of it probably is not, but some of it is, even if you're not a left brainer. By the way, right brainers, you too, but primarily left brainers have more of the ego stuff in there. That's okay. I got you. Okay? But not all of it's going to be ego stuff. Some of it is going to be because it lights you up to do what you do for a living. That you get to do what you do, that you love to do, that lights you up, and you get to get paid for it. Even if that's helping raise money for a nonprofit. How does it get even better than that? So that's what we call a heart-centered or an inspired reason, right? A big why, not just an ego-driven why. Okay? So you're going to have a combination of these whys. But what's key for sustainable success, because I don't want to work with one-hit wonders. Okay? I only want to work with my next testimonials. So if you desire sustainable success, but you want to speed that up, like speed up getting to what your version of success is, and then sustain it, and then scale it, right? And keep it going even more sustainably after that, I'm here for you. So, how do I do that? I'm a certified rapid results coach, left brainers. So I'm a certified rapid results coach. Some of my titles you can now see on the screen. I'm a client attraction specialist. I'm a business success and confidence coach. Now, I put the word intuitive in front of that. If you're a left brainer, you're going to think, what the fuck is that? Or I don't give a shit, or that sounds woo-woo. All that matters is that it helps you get results that you're after, both tangible and intangible. And so what I started to say is that whether you consider yourself left brain, right brain, or whole brainer, you're going to desire tangible and intangible results. But left brainers tend to focus more on tangible results. That's not necessarily right or wrong or good or bad. It just is what it is. And so I want to just remind you that part of why you desire those tangible results, no matter if you consider yourself left brainer, right brainer, or whole brainer, is because at the end of the day, how you think it's going to make you feel. Biggest golden nugget takeaway of all, if you're paying attention. We do things we do, or seek things we seek, not just to avoid, golden nugget time, avoid pleasure and seek, cancel that, avoid pain and seek pleasure, right? From caveman days and reptilian brain programming, but also because we think it's going to help us get something or experience something or feel some kind of way. So, living your luxurious laptop life or whatever your version of success, especially in the tangible results that you desire, it's because at the end of the day, you think it's going to make you feel some kind of way. Worthy, good enough, desirable, loved, wanted, appreciated, valued. Just some examples. Good, peaceful, joyful, purposeful, at ease, able to breathe freely and exhale, like I made it, confident, empowered, strong, like my life has meaning, like everything I've been through till now was leading up to this and not for nothing. Like, I don't want to die tomorrow, but if I died tomorrow doing what I love and getting my version of success and these results tangible and intangible, that at least I could feel, I wouldn't be happy about it, but I could feel satisfied with myself and my life and know I did the best I could with it, at least in the form of business and career, but hopefully in every area, right? Because the most important things at the end of the day are people, not things. The most important things are not your status when you die. You can't take that shit with you. It's going to be the impact you had on the planet, on the world, on humanity, on your friends and family, whether it was directly, indirectly, or a combination thereof. Whether it's just for your family, just for your friends, whether it's to impact the consciousness of the planet or help animals or whatever it is. Maybe it's some combination thereof. Knowing that if you had to die tomorrow, that you could die knowing you did the best you could to achieve those results and how that makes you feel, that's really what it ends up being all about. And the tangible stuff is just an external reflection that your logical mind and ego have decided means that you got all that. So notice we led the list with some things like feeling worthy, feeling good enough, feeling desired, feeling wanted, feeling valuable, blah, blah, blah. And then we went on to more of some bigger impact personal reasons, feeling purposeful, feeling peaceful and joyful and satisfied, and like it did what I came here to do kind of thing. Right? I transformed the world like it came here to do in the ways I came here to do it, or ways better than I ever could have even imagined. So I just remembered I was recapping the three main power statements, affirmations, mantras, whatever you want to call them. One is this week's message of the week that I asked you to repeat after me. So drop it in the comments to repeat after me. I don't want you to copy and paste it into the comments. I want you to type it, manually type it. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps. Again, substitute your name for dream peeps here. Soulmate clients, soulmate customers. Customers, just don't put ideal when you put it in the comments, okay? But keep the first part of it. So that's the main mantra message of the week. The next thing, I gave you two bonus golden nugget ones, which were one from NLP, the better it gets, the better it gets. And then another one that I said I use often that's even more powerful than the better it gets, the better it gets, is how does it get even better than this? Okay, so you're coming away with one that's a question as opposed to an affirmation or a power statement, but all three of them can be used mantra-like. So if you want to call them three power mantras or whatever, fine. I don't care. The ones that resonate to your own toolkit and take away with that. Okay, so the better it gets, the better it gets. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps, because you want them to invest in themselves and their success through your products and services and books and podcasts and gigs and shit that you offer, courses, whatever it is, right? And the powerful question, how does it get even better than this? Now, there are a couple variations on that. For instance, if things are going really well, you could say something like, whatever you believe in here, universe, God, goddess, all that is, unified field of consciousness, whatever works for you, higher self, me, whatever. Thank you, or you could just say thank you when things are going great. More please. How does it get even better than this? It's a superpower question you can use as a mantra in those kinds of situations. Now, if it's a situation where things are just okay, but you want to train your mind, bonus golden nugget, on gratitude and what you do have and what is working for you, because there are going to be times in your entrepreneurial journey, if you haven't already figured that out yet, where it does ebb and flow. It is going to go up and down, and you need to be able to ride and go with the flow. Hashtag flow forward. So you're going to need to have certain things of support, including your business coach, that can help you along the way. And so in cases like that, you can just ask, how does it get any better than this? Or how does it get better than this? Okay? On times when you're having a really shitty, bad off day or week or month in business, maybe it's during COVID, maybe your business is flourishing during COVID. Lots of people's are. If you didn't know that was possible, now you know. Welcome to my world, baby, where things get to go good even in a pandemic or a crisis. But there are sometimes they're not going to go well. And you're going to want to should on yourself and make yourself bad or wrong, or blame other people or the economy or this or that or a pandemic. And sometimes it is partially those things, at least externally, but it's always coming from inside out. That doesn't mean you're at fault. I'm not about victim blaming. But it does mean that you're playing a role energetically, and that we want to be able to control the parts you can control, which are from your inside out, inner stuff and outer stuff. Okay? And then everything else can just go from there, and you can just flow with it as it comes. But even then, there are going to be some times in business or career that are going to be tougher or more challenging than others, or slower than others, or not as well performing as you would hope they would be. And during those times, you can use this version of that powerful question, which is, how does it get way better than this? So that's 3 applications of basically the same question. Okay, so you've got all kinds of bonus golden nuggets, 3 powerful mantras, one of which is a question, which you even have 3 variations of that for your time investment in this training. So this is an example of you investing in yourself. You're choosing to invest in yourself and your success by listening, watching this training. You're just investing time. And so I always keep that in my mind, even when these run longer, that your time is valuable, as is mine, and I want you to be able to take something valuable away from this. So let me know in the comments. Well, remember, type in, don't copy and paste, type it in. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps, or your word for dream peeps here. Okay. Also, let me know in the comments, what did you find most valuable? What was your biggest takeaway? Was it that you could be accidentally repelling your dream peeps without knowing it because you were accidentally being a hypocrite? Or because you thought you were done learning and growing and evolving, because you ticked all the boxes and crossed all the T's and checked all the I's and got all the degrees and the certifications and thought you were ready to go and didn't realize you don't just start up your career or business and then never have to keep learning or growing, that it's a continual thing, especially if you want to speed up your success or skyrocket it, or both. Was it that you can save yourself years of suffering and struggling and struggle bus and hardships and frustration and emotional pain and financial pain by hiring a business coach sooner rather than later? And what you thought you could put off till later is actually better to do now. Was it about when the best time to hire your support staff might be, whether that's one person or multiple people? Was it something else? You let me know. Was it my fabulous bad singing for your entertainment and amusement and pleasure? You let me know in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway? What did you find most valuable about this training? Okay, next. So back to, was it the 3 mantras? The 3 power mantras, one of which was a powerful question. I gave you 3 ways to use. But this main one is the message of the week. Okay, so repeat it after me by typing it into the comments and saying it aloud. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps. Okay, next. So What do I help you do? Again, I help you quantum leap your biz without burning out, selling out, or losing your soul so you can transform the world like you came here to do. Who do I work with? I work with visionary leaders, conscious entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs, light bringers, creatives, creators, and entertainers. The rebels, the revolutionaries, the outcasts, the black sheep. You're my peeps, the artist. Okay? So, what do I help you do? Quantum leap your biz. Attract your dream peeps. Okay? With more ease, joy, freedom, flow, fun, fulfillment, faster than you ever thought possible, without burning out, selling out, or losing your soul. And yes, I know I've repeated different variations of that, but that's because I didn't get to say it succinctly like my logical mind wanted at the beginning. So there you have it. Okay, so I'm also a quantum biz activator, elevator, and accelerator. What does that mean? It just resonates and it's fun, and my peeps who get it, get it. If you're one of them, let me know in the comments if those titles resonate with you. But basically, accelerate, we all know what that means, right? Go faster. Elevate, raise up. Activate. Activate implies that there's something within you already, and I just help activate it within you. So I help activate it within you. So listen carefully. It's already within you, the ability and the capacity to achieve the dreams you desire in your business or creative career. I just help you activate it and access it better. And then I help you elevate yourself and your business or creative career. And then I help you accelerate your results and your success. Okay? So why do I say quantum? Is it just because it's cool or a catchphrase or trendy? No, dude. I've been studying. Yes, and I will call you dude no matter if you resonate with male, female, or they. I don't give a shit. I will call you dude. I will call you girl. I will call you girlfriend. I will call you all kinds of crazy names. Whatever comes out in the moment. I catch myself calling my clients dear sometimes. Okay, dear. Like my mom's massage therapist will say when he's wrapping up, okay, dear, see you next week. Like a little old lady. So whatever. The point is, I will sometimes call you dude also. So the point is, I work in the quantum realm, and it's less woo-woo than it sounds. Okay? But I don't just work there. We do inner game stuff and outer game stuff. So check it out. I'm your all-in-one. Okay, I'm also a prosperity catalyst. I'm a business success and confidence coach. I'm a certified extraordinary coach. I'm a branding and online marketing consultant and strategist. I'm also the creator of the success frequencies. I'm a certified instant miracle coach. I'm a certified healing facilitator. I say that because I'm certified in many healing modalities, and rather than list them all out, it's just easier to say this. I'm also a web and graphic designer, a holistic wellness coach, and an ordained minister, as if that wasn't enough. I also think I have a certificate. Now, I know I have a certificate, but I always forget the name of it. I think it's in complementary and integrative, is it medicine? Health, something of that effect. And I did that all at Quantum Leap Your Biz on Facebook. That's facebook.com/, and if you don't know, a slash leans to the right at the top. And for my European people and my Aussies, you call it a stroke. We call it a slash over here in America. It's that line that leans to the right at the top. Okay, so facebook.com/ Quantum Leap Your Biz. B as in boy, I, Z as in Z. You can see it on the screen right here. Will take you to my business page on Facebook called Transformational Business Support, where I help you transform your business dreams into reality. If you haven't already liked and followed it, do that, because I have all kinds of value going years back of holistic business tips and client attraction stuff. All kinds of golden nuggets and gems for you for free. So how does it get even better than that? And you can find that again at facebook.com/ Quantum Leap Your Biz. Make sure you like it, follow it, and turn on the little notification bell thingy to all notifications so you never miss a post when I post there. Now, if you're wondering, Erin, I followed your page a long time ago, but I haven't seen anything until recently. That's because Facebook did some crazy thing and locked me out of all of my business pages. It wasn't personal to me. It was just some glitch in the system, but I was locked out for like 5 or 6 months, and it really sucked. So I've been mostly posting on my Erin Lloyd profile in my own groups and in other people's groups. Okay, next. Again, you might be fully booked in your business or have all the sales or customers you desire, that your heart desires. Okay? Can I help you get to that next level or break through an income ceiling and increase your income? Yes, absolutely. Can I help you quantum leap your biz and get to that next level so you can spiral on up and ease on down the road? Yes, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. But one of the main problems I solve for people also is client attraction. They either don't have as many dream clients or customers as they desire, or gigs, or sales, your word for it here, or patients, or students for their courses or programs. Or they have clients or customers or sales, but not either as many as they desire, or they're fully booked, but their clients and customers drain them instead of energizing them. Yeah? So if you are just wanting a higher caliber of clients who respect you and your time and value you and show up and are accountable and do the damn work, and you just want a higher level of them to work and play with, I can help you with that too as a client attraction specialist. I've been an online entrepreneur, I think I said early on, but in case I imagine saying that on this training, I didn't actually say it since 2013, where I was doing web and graphic design and business consulting and client attraction um, until about an unofficial coaching, but not official coaching, so I never marketed myself as a coach back then. And then in 2016, I finally acknowledged the inner calling to become a coach and had to go through my own inner game shit, as well as outer game strategy and those kinds of components, including but not limited to strategy, branding, marketing, etc. All of it, but mostly the inner game shit. As far as who am I to be a coach and why would anybody hire me to be a coach? Forgetting that I'd just been being hired consistently for several years before then, a few years before then, to help people with their businesses through branding and online marketing consulting and doing client attraction stuff and doing business consulting and unofficial coaching and web and graphic design the whole time. But to think of myself as an actual coach when I was helping support so many of them just brought up a whole bunch of shit. And that's the next thing to know. Bonus takeaway, golden nugget. When you're ready to up level, spiral on up, get to the next place you desire to be, all your shit is going to start to come up. Shit you weren't even aware you had, shit you were aware you had that you've been trying to sweep under the rug or avoid facing, it's going to come up, and I'm here to help you with it. Now, unlike a therapist, I'm not a therapist, by the way, you may still require therapy. I don't go in the past looking for your shit, but your shit just comes up when it's ready to be released. And I have this ability and capacity and this interesting combination, you guys, because of my unique background where I'm a consultant and a coach and a healing facilitator. And I use a proven holistic success system and approach, okay, to help you transform your biz dreams into reality and quantum leap your biz that gets you results if you do the actions and show up and you're fucking committed and all in. You still have to do the work. I can want it as much as you want it, but not more than you do. And you're the one that still has to do the work, okay? But I can make it easier and faster for you. And here's the thing. My work may sound a little woo-woo, but it is results focused and oriented. So we don't go looking in the past for shit to dig up like you do with a therapist. And there's nothing wrong with that. That can help you in many areas of all areas of your life in many ways. If you need therapy, go. I've been. I'll probably go again. I really enjoy it. But did it help me heal the stuff? No. What can happen is it keeps your attention focused on all the shit. And every time you go looking for shit, you're going to keep finding what? More shit. So just golden nugget. Added FYI. So where coaching differs is it's forward focused on what you desire to achieve and then helping you achieve it faster and easier. Okay? But your shit is going to come up anyway. And a regular consultant or strategist is not equipped or trained to help you with that. So I said I had a calling in 2016 to become a coach and had a bunch of shit that came up, of course, because that was me being called to a higher level. And so it's evolved, but I did eventually choose to obviously level up. And when I chose that, I had to face that shit I didn't want to face. And it doesn't happen overnight that you face it all usually, okay? But you do need to know that you are going to have to face it. Why? You can have a certain level of success without healing all your shit. But you can have faster success and easier success if you heal only the shit that's necessary to get there. And that's the shit that arises when you're about to next level and desiring to go to the next level in your career or business. Okay? So that means a higher level income or working less hours or whatever the next level of success is for you. That's going to bring up all the shit. Whether you were aware you had it or not, it's going to come up. And I, unlike consultants or strategists alone, are qualified uniquely to help you resolve that with ease in safe, harmonious, healthy ways, faster than you'd ever think possible. What could take months or years in therapy, I can help you do sometimes in one session, sometimes in only a few sessions. That doesn't mean I'm a therapist. It doesn't mean you don't have to also go to therapy if you need it. You may also require that. Again, let's be clear. Okay, and that applies for any coach. All right. So anyway, I eventually did become certified as a coach and a few different coaching methods and approaches. So I am a certified coach. I am a certified healing facilitator. I am an ordained minister, though I'm not particularly religious. It's okay if you're religious. It's okay if you're not. I attract people who consider themselves atheist, agnostic, spiritual, religious, conscious, whatever, doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. I don't impose any of my beliefs on you. We work with facts and science and what gets results, though, and so you do have to come with an open mind. All right, so that being said, I do have that branding and online marketing background. I do work with the inner game of success and the outer game of success and what it takes to do both. I no longer create any kind of websites for my clients. However, if we choose to work and play together, what usually comes with that is I will gift you a bonus of reviewing your social media presence for your business or career, of reviewing any websites if you have one, or if we end up deciding it would be best to help you get to the next level as part of that overall to get that. Hold on, let's breathe. I just felt at least one of you go, but Erin, didn't you say you're a web designer? Did you really just imply that I may not need a website? Shame, shame. I'm a web designer, Erin. How dare you? A lot of web designers would be like furious at me for saying that. And here's the thing. I do recommend that you eventually have a website. I do. But for some of you, that might end up being a one-page website. For some of you, it might be having a full comprehensive website. For some of you, it might be having just an opt-in page, which is where you have an irresistible freebie if you don't know what that is. Okay? And that could be a one-page website. Like, you don't always need a website right away, but eventually you will. And in order to let you know, customize personal recommendations of my expertise, if I recommend it for you now or sooner rather than later, or when, or what I would recommend you have on it, then would have to be professionally working and playing together on one of my Quantum Leap Your Biz or Rapid Results offerings, okay? So you can receive customized expertise advice for you and your business and what's going to help you best reach the objectives that you have, okay, and realize them. So, because it's so valuable, I've included it as a bonus gift for those who enroll in my Quantum Leap Your Biz year-long program. And if you're really after sustainable success, that's going to be the way to go. Okay, that longer term support. However, I do also have some shorter term offerings, which may or may not be best for you. Okay, so to find out which of my offerings would be best for you and your current desires and dreams for your business or creative career, then the best way we can go about finding that out is for us to have a powerful introductory coaching conversation, which I have named a Quantum Leap Your Biz session. And that's that session I aforementioned where it's exclusive. You do have to qualify to receive one. Everyone who applies does not get one. And even if you do receive one, I may not invite you to work and play with me or even hear about what that would look like at the end of it. Okay? It's value based, it's service based. I pour my heart and soul into each one. When I say they're worth $555, that's a minimum. Okay? They're worth really way more than that. Invest my time and energy and love and heart and soul into each one. And I can only offer a handful each month, so you really do have to meet certain criteria to qualify. Hint, spoiler alert, it's not that hard to qualify, but you do have to meet the criteria and you do have to answer honestly and you do have to show up with integrity. Okay, this is not for freebie seekers or tire kickers. You have to be 100% serious and committed to quantum leaping your biz. Okay, or reaching that next level or attracting your dream peeps, whatever it is for you, you've got to be 100% all in committed. And you do have to meet some criteria. They're pretty simple to qualify, just answer honestly and take your time with the application. So, Erin, how could I qualify to receive one of your exclusive free Quantum Leap Your Biz sessions valued at $555? Why, I'm glad you asked. I will try to drop the link in the comments. I will also tell it to you now. It is H as in Harry, T as in Tom, T as in Tom, P as in Paul, colon, that's the two stacked vertical dots, // again the slash is linked to the right at the top, bit as in boy, India, tango, dot as in a period, L as in Lima, Y as in Yankee, / Quantum Leap Your Biz app. App is spelled A P as in alpha, P as in Paul, P as in Paul. Okay, it's short for application. So again, that link is http / bit.l as in Lima, Y as in Yankee, / Quantum Leap Your Biz app. Okay, again, app is spelled A, P as in Paul, P as in Paul. Now listen. Quantum Leap Your Biz app each have a capital letter of those words. So the Q on quantum is capitalized. The L on leap is capitalized in that link. The Y on your is capitalized in that link. The B on biz is capitalized in that link. And the A in app, short for application, is capitalized in the link. Again, you can find it in the comments, so you could just click or tap it. But if you want to manually type it in now and you don't want to wait or get distracted, http / bit.ly, we pronounce it Lee, but it's spelled L as in Lima, Y as in Yankee, / Quantum Leap Your Biz app. And each of the Quantum Leap Your Biz and app are all caps, and the app has got 2 P's, not just one. Okay, so remember, type in this week's message of the week, this powerful mantra or power statement. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps. We want to program it into all levels of your body and being, and for you to own it and claim it and say it with feeling and write it with feeling and type it with feeling and start saying it until you notice that you have achieved the levels of success you desire. Now, it's only one little piece, one little tool I'm gifting you for free. It's not the only tool. And again, I do have methods to make affirmations and mantras more powerful and more effective and work in shorter amounts of time. And again, if you would like to hear those, let me know that in the comments. Okay, so we've covered 3 power statements, aka 3 mantras, one of which is in the form of a question, of which I gave you 3 variations for. We've covered things about success teams and when we've talked about investing time, money, and energy, and then it doesn't have to be doing hashtag all the things or all at once. Okay, but the number one way to do that is to hire a business coach, because the best one for you is going to help you, if you're ready and choosing and committed and all in and do the fucking work, to get to where you want to be faster and easier than you ever thought possible. And if you work and play with me, it's also going to save you money, time, energy, frustration, unnecessary struggle, and wanting to pull your hair out if you have any, etc., etc. Now, I want to say something else on that. I'm basically your one-stop shop. You also save time and money and energy when you work and play with me in any of my Quantum Leap Your Biz offerings or my Rapid Results offerings, because I am a coach and consultant and strategist and branding and online marketing person, and certified healing facilitator all rolled into one. Okay, so you don't have to hire a separate mindset coach, although what we do goes way beyond mindset. You don't have to hire a separate consultant or strategist. That's included. You don't have to hire a separate healer or healing facilitator either. We do it all as necessary, but only results focused and focused on your dreams. So again, this is not going on a shit expedition, going, what shit can we dig up and heal from my past from when I was 5? But some of that shit is going to come up when you're ready to up level and upgrade yourself and your life and your business and your career. And so what's going to happen is we will address it as needed. Okay? And because of my unique experience and background and perspective and trainings and wisdom and learnings of a whole lifetime of studying holistic health, healing, and wellness and all this other stuff, and doing this since 2013 professionally, you get the best of all those worlds in one. And only what you desire and require, because I custom tailor my programs to what each client and their business desires and requires. Okay, so you may require more inner game stuff than outer game stuff, and that may be a surprise to you. Or it might be the opposite is true and you require more outer game stuff than inner game stuff. I've got you either way. Okay, whether you're more left brain, more right brain, I've got you. Whole brain, I've got you. You're in the right place. So if this resonated, let me know in the comments. Again, let me know what you found most valuable, what your biggest takeaways were. And again, type, don't copy and paste. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps. And then actually follow through on it, because here's one key benefit, bonus, golden nugget to making affirmations work. You actually got to start doing, implementing, taking action, practice. And that's one of the benefits of working with a coach is accountability. Now, some of my clients need more accountability than others. Okay, maybe you're on it and you're like, Erin, I'm quite disciplined, I'm quite consistent, I've got the accountability, I don't really need help with that. It's the other stuff, like how do I get from here to there? Or I've been trying everything and doing hashtag all the things and it doesn't seem to be working. Or I managed to get one step forward and 2 steps back. Or I managed to get to this level of success with mindset and strategy, but now I'm ready to get to the next level and I got stuck. Or I'm not sure how to do that. So I got you, boo. I've got you. Okay? So right. Alright, so now there are some of my million hashtags. I do go a little hashtag crazy, sometimes just for fun, because, listen, you guys, I don't often should on people, and I don't recommend you should on yourself. However, business can be fun. Everything I do is infused with fun and joy and levity and lightness and sometimes silliness and goofiness and absurdity. And I invite you to open to that. Business doesn't have to be all serious like I used to think it had to be. Okay? So, in fact, when I released the need for it to be that way, I experienced greater success. Now, that doesn't mean there isn't a time or place to show up a little more quote unquote serious than other times sometimes. But don't let that hold you back. Okay? So I do go a little hashtag crazy. I am a fan of hashtags. If you need customized hashtags as part of your branding and strategy and outer game stuff, I can help you with that as well. But here's the thing. I don't recommend you go hashtag crazy just because I occasionally do when I'm having fun and being silly. All right. Sometimes I'll only do 1 or 2 hashtags. Sometimes I'll do a few. Sometimes I'll go hashtag crazy like on this post. It's intentional and it's inspired. 2 bonus golden nugget takeaways for you. Okay. But I also like to have fun with it. And sometimes I'll get super silly with it. Oh, sorry for that notification popping up. And I will even throw in hashtags just to see who's paying attention, like, because sometimes I have a lot of nicknames like Erin, your shortcut to success, Erin, the biz, hashtag the biz transporter, Erin, I have a bunch of other ones I can't think of right now. But I will sometimes go a little crazy with them and I will put those hashtags in there too. And sometimes I'll be like, hashtag, I sure have a lot of nicknames, don't I? Or sometimes I'll do hashtag, I've gone hashtag crazy, hey, I gotta throw this in to see if anybody's paying attention. Like I'll throw in some funny ones from time to time just to see, just to have fun with it and see who's paying attention. Okay, should you go hashtag crazy? No. Okay. But I do advise you, last golden nugget, to be inspired and intentional with your hashtags. And if you need help with them as part of a branding strategy, if that's part of the outer game of success, I've got you on that too. Okay, so I would like to conclude with showing you the visual form that this week's message of the week I decided to express it as. So drum roll please. Okay, now ideally, and yes, now I used the word ideal there, this post would have led with the visual. Oh, look at that. You got one more golden nugget for your time investment after all. Lead your videos with a visual if you can. Now, with the live stream, that's a little more challenging unless you're using a third-party app to help you, or unless Facebook finally gets with the program and adds some more live streaming tools to make themselves more competitive, so that we can do things like screen share visuals, etc., etc. And so I had intended on leading and opening this week's training with the visual. It just didn't happen because, again, this was an inspired post. I have ADD. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur as well. And so I have to follow the energy. And so I decided I'll lead with the affirmation and show you the words. And then I'll do a little mini bio about me and how I can help you and why you should give a rat's ass. And then I'll do like a reveal and a drum roll, please, and I will reveal at last the graphic to you, but I did not expect it to take this long. And so this is what I mean by how my left brain hates that shit, because I did have some unofficial notes, that's the left brain part of implementing, before I got on this training. However, I surrendered quite a while ago to allowing my rightful master, so and with one of my favorite Einstein quotes all my clients know, you'll hear me say this again and again if you follow me, which is, your imagination is meant to be your master, and your logical mind, its faithful servant. That's for you, left brainers. Okay? So, your imagination is meant to be your master, and your logical mind, its faithful servant. So, we want to lead with inspiration and love, and then use our logical minds to implement and do and take action. Okay? We need them both. We need a healthy marriage of the right brain and the left brain for whole brain functioning. That's another way to speed up your success. Oh, look at it. I'm dropping all kinds of extra golden nuggets left and right for your time investment. Woo woo. How does it get even better than this? So, I did take some notes mentally, and I did plan on showing you this sooner and leading with the graphics sooner, but I also surrendered and allowed my rightful master, my imagination, aka intuition, aka higher self, aka divine feminine, to drive and follow the energy and surrender to it, and that's how we got here now. So it didn't go down the way my logical mind would have liked, and so it's having its own little shit fit. But it is what it is. And I am choosing to trust that it unfolded as needed this time. Okay, so you finally get the graphical representation, and I wanted to show you this for two reasons. One, not just because it's cooler and more effective. Listen carefully, because this isn't just about me showing off. This is about what I'm saying you can apply to your own social media posts, okay, and branding, and with graphics and visuals. I'm also going to give you, for your time investment, a spoiler of the next inspired graphic, which is about branding. And I'm not going to show it to you, but the spoiler alert is the next one is about branding. And I believe it says visuals are never, no, I think it says branding You think I would know it. It's my own quote that I downloaded this morning, right? But I think it says visuals. No, branding is never about visuals. Visuals are like makeup. They enhance what's already underneath. So you got a sneak peek in the form of a soundbite of the next inspired meme to help you with your branding. And essentially, I will do the next training probably on elaborating about what that means. But many people mistakenly believe that branding is just about logos and fonts and colors and the visual appearance. And that's not really what branding is or about. Visuals are a part of branding, or otherwise known as visual branding, but they are not what branding is. And you're never meant to start there. But I'll elaborate more on that in the next training, which I will do my best to make a lot shorter than 2 hours. Okay? But that was your extra sneak peek. Okay, so I wanted to show you this graphic for a couple reasons, and we'll wrap up and end with this. One, because when we see something, even for us left-brainers, and I know as a left-brainer myself, and recovering perfectionist myself, that this is harder to accept and acknowledge, but you'll notice that our world is getting more and more visual, especially with the advent of social media and video. So if you're a left-brainer and you consider yourself more of an academic, that may kind of piss you off or make you think, like I used to think and sometimes occasionally still do wonder about, if maybe as humanity is maybe devolving instead of evolving. Maybe we're going back to cave people days, writing on the walls and drawing pictures. And it's not, I have a diploma in graphic design. Listen, it's not that I don't appreciate visuals. I love them like the rest of us. It's that coming from a left brain, logic, reading, absorbing through reading and speaking and listening point of view, the visuals added and complemented, but they never had to be, like, it wasn't meant to. So what I'm saying is, as a prior sort of academic person and logical, analytical person, I always saw them as what they really are meant to be, icing on the cake, a complement to the material, to the main content, okay? Not a replacement for it. But these days, it seems like everything is visual, 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 whether it's an image or a video. And listen, you guys, sooner or later, if you want to speed up your success and get to the next level, you're going to learn, especially my left-brainers, as I have, surrender sooner than later, let go or be dragged. All kinds of golden nuggets dropping. You better dodge and cover your head. I'm dropping golden nuggets at you left and right. Get a bucket ready to collect them all, okay? So, let go or be dragged. Okay, flow forward. Hashtag flow forward. You can, if you can't beat them, join them. Now, it doesn't mean become a sheeple, but I do want you to still use them as a complement, but realize that sometimes we need to go with them. And instead of hating or despising that about social media, we need to learn to appreciate it and go, okay, well, this can help me to grow my business if I lead with visuals, if I include video and or imagery. Yes, even emojis, left-brainers. I have other trainings entirely about using emojis and how they're not just for kids. And I do it in a way that I recommend it being strategic, inspired, and intentional, of course. But yes, even emojis count. So here's the thing. Let go or be dragged, surrender to it, go with the flow, learn to do it. You can still use it as icing on the cake to complement the main content, left-brainers, and everybody else too. But you must include them if you really want to speed up your success. That's part of the outer game of success. So that's one thing I wanted to show you. Another thing is I wanted to lead with this because I'm starting to fall in love with this graphic I designed earlier. And that's saying something, because despite the fact that I've been paid to design websites and graphics for other people, I've never liked, okay, almost never liked to design my own stuff. Again, recovering perfectionist here. So it never seemed to be good enough. And it was always this judgment that would come up that would be like, how dare you call yourself a designer or a graphic designer or this or that? How dare you? There's so many people better than you who are actual ones. Yeah, you have a diploma, but you suck, blah, 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 blah. Now, hopefully, you don't think that about yourself, but I'm just sharing some inner game challenges I've had over the years about my own design work for my own self. So, and if you'd like to hear a funny story about that on another video sometime, let me know in the comments. Please, Erin, tell us your funny story about your website as a graphic and web designer and how ironic it is. Okay, but anyway, so after years, I still am too hard on myself. I still judge myself as far as my graphic design work for myself. However, I've done a lot of work, made a lot of progress internally, and now I'm able to actually appreciate my designs, and this is one of them. And so I wanted to share why I love it. One, not just because it's the message of the week and a powerful affirmation you can start using. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps, and use as a reminder and a guide that you don't want to be a hypocrite. If you want them to buy from you, you've got to keep investing in your success continuously and continually as well. Yes, I said those are two different things, whatever. You know what I meant. Okay, so I put it in graphic form here. So if you were scrolling in your newsfeed, you would see the graphic, or your stories, the graphic, before you would see the text, most likely. In a busy newsfeed competing, or story feed competing for other people's eyeballs and attention, your visual branding is still important. It's just not the main thing of what branding is. That's all. Okay, it's the visual icing on the cake. The cake is what your real branding is, which is, again, the underneath, what's underneath about your business, your career, whatever. Okay, so one, I wanted to share it because it's a visual representation of this week's message of the week, aka today's main inspiration or download I received for you guys. Two, because after all these years, I've finally gotten to a place where I actually am starting to really like and even love some of my design work for myself. Okay, and one of the things is you'll often notice that if you're astute and paying attention and following me for a while, that I will often use circles or curves in my graphics. That's intentional because I use a proven holistic success system and a holistic approach to everything I do to help you quantum leap your biz, even to attract your dream peeps. And so between my background from holistic healing, health, and wellness, as well as my background in branding and marketing and online consulting and business coaching, we address the whole, which is why my clients get such great results. It's customized, first of all. Secondly, it's comprehensive because we're addressing the whole person and your business. So the circle represents wholeness and completion, okay, and wellness, subconsciously and energetically and psychologically. Next, rainbow. I chose the rainbow years ago, and so you'll often notice that many variations and iterations of my branding over the years, if you followed me for a while or go back and look at some of my older graphics on my at Quantum Leap Your Biz page on Facebook, have rainbows or rainbow colors in them. Again, to represent the full spectrum or wholeness, completion. Also, side note, I really had two main colors that I wanted to work with when I started out for myself, but I couldn't find a way to get them to work yet. And so it wasn't a cop out, but it was a way to allow myself. See, creative solutions. I'm the workaround queen. Hashtag workaround queen. I found a way to make it work for me, and it happened to represent and be in alignment and inspired. Notice I'm repeating that because you can apply that to your own business and creative career. Inspired and aligned. It happened to meet those criteria, and so it also helped me solve and work around my what are going to be my main colors, because I couldn't find a way to have the two main colors I wanted to use years ago work with the direction my branding was taking at the time. Because I often say, as you evolve, so does your business, and vice versa. And my business name was evolving. It's still evolving, by the way. My branding was evolving visually, and the main messaging and who I serve. Hint, hint, golden nugget, golden nugget, golden nugget. Hope you're collecting them in your bucket and taking notes. So, I think toward the end of 2019, it came through that the next iteration of my visual branding for my Quantum Leap Your Biz business coaching and consulting business here was still going to include wholeness and circles and rainbow colors overall, but it was also going to include the lightning bolt as symbology and imagery, because I help my clients to experience rapid results. And I'm a certified rapid results coach, and it happens lightning fast. Also, even though there's a different emoji that I sometimes use to represent the quantum, which is that little atom emoji, I will often use the lightning bolt emoji strategically and intentionally. So that's the outer game logical mind pieces, you guys. We talked about how I help you with the outer game and the inner game of business and success, right? So I won't go into, because I've kept you already 2 hours, but if you want to know why I use the lightning bolt more than the atom emoji when I say Quantum Leap Your Biz, and why that's now being used more and more since like last fall/winter in my branding, and whether it's in the text with emojis and or on graphics. It wasn't just like I was like, oh, what can I use as a fun symbol or graphic or imagery? No, it was inspired and aligned and intentional. Okay, so we've got inner game. Imagination's your master, according to Einstein. Remember, that has to come from inspiration and alignment first. But then we want to pair it up with outer game and logic and make sure, and strategy, and make sure it's intentional and works and is congruent with your messaging and your branding. Okay, and resonates with your dream peeps. Okay, in this case, it represents lightning fast, speed of light, rapid. Okay. But if you want to know why I use it more often than the atom symbol, let me know in the comments. Okay, so toward the end of last fall/last winter, 2019, new branding color scheme came through, where I had off and on used black as a background once in a while, but it wasn't consistent. And I hadn't yet received the information, energy on how the best direction on how I was going to use it, but I knew I was being drawn toward using black more. A hint, part of it is because it represents the inner, and the famous Joseph Campbell quote, which I also have a meme for, of the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Okay, so it represents the void, the darkness that we're all often afraid of, right? Scared of the dark from caveman, cavewoman days. And going within to the void and silence and solitude, and also the inner game of divine feminine and receptivity and receiving dream clients, receiving success, receiving money and cash and customers and clients. Oh my, right? And so it's intentional, it's psychological, it's energetic, and it's emotional. So when I help you guys with branding, it's on multiple levels, which most people who even branding experts, many of them don't know this. We go not just after the emotion you want your dream peeps to feel or what you want to evoke in them. We're addressing it energetically, emotionally, psychologically, and visually, okay, on multiple stages and phases and whatever simultaneously. So it came through finally last fall/winter for me of how I could start incorporating the black more other than just the font that I do a lot of the typing in. And also my main colors got upgraded. So I've always used some form of blue, but the shade of blue, to my own surprise, got an upgrade as well. And I'm still tweaking a few different shades within it. And here's another golden nugget for you. You can give yourself some leeway and flexibility, or your graphic designer, if you hire one, or if you have your virtual assistant do it for you, whatever. I recommend you hire a graphic designer. But the point is, even if you DIY this, or whether you hire someone to do this for you, think of it like a wedding party. You know how bridesmaids in the last like 10 or so years, instead of every bridesmaid having to have the identical exact same dress and style, it can be within a palette, within a range, right? So the bride might instruct them, okay, here's the range of dresses in different body shapes and sizes. And here's the main theme and the main requirements. And you can go from this shade of blue, like a light blue, to a medium blue, to an aqua blue, to whatever. Okay? And give them like a mood board or a color palette from which they can choose when they go to the bridal shop to get their dresses. Okay? So they're still color coordinated and they're still complementary shades of each other within a main color. Within a main color. So don't get locked into any dogma about branding that says you can never change your colors, or that you have to have the same branding forever, or that you have to change it once a year. You don't always have to change it once a year. If you'd like my customized expertise on how often it would be best for you to change it for your business or career, again, would have to be working and playing together for me to give you personalized recommendations. However, a guideline is you can experiment within a certain range of colors. So I'm giving myself the grace and freedom to allow myself to experiment as this comes through more with a few different shades of blue that are very close enough to stay in line with my visual branding and the intentionality behind it, psychologically, emotionally, energetically, and visually, while still experimenting. But the gist is this. Another reason I wanted to show you this is because when you do the inner work, especially if you're a perfectionist or recovering perfectionist, holla in the comments if that's you and you can relate. You don't have to be to work and play with me, but if you are, let me know in the comments. Then when you can get to a place where you realize, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, that inner voice is still like, no, it's not good enough. No, you need to tweak this. No, it could still be better. I still have that shit come up. I just don't let it drive anymore. Got to keep putting your rightful master, your imagination, back in the driver's seat and reminding yourself that your logical mind is meant to be its faithful servant. It's meant to implement and action take and do. It's not meant to drive. Okay? So to get to a place where I can proudly share with you, hey, look, Mom, no hands. I finally got to a place in my design work where I like most of it, and some of it I even love. Like this one, the more I look at it, the more I love it. And even then, my left brain pops up, and the recovering perfectionist in me pops up and is like, oh, I thought we decided to go with the other shade of yellow. Oh, I thought we were going to go with the other shade of blue. Oh, when people don't look at the graphic zoomed in, they can't see that that particular font and that particular shade of blue together, combined, are getting blended into the background instead of popping like I meant for them to. Okay, where my name is in blue, you can see here Erin Lloyd above the lightning bolt. Oh, so this stuff will still come up for you too. There is no perfect. Perfect is an illusion. I have a meme about from a Forbes quote from years ago about, well, the meme's this year, but the quote is from years ago from Forbes about how basically perfection's the enemy of everything. Check it out in my photos on my Erin Lloyd profile until I can get it uploaded now that I can access my Quantum Leap Your Biz Facebook business page again and put it on there. So I wanted to point out a few things about this graphic that you can use in your own work or have your people who design for you do this for you. One, simplicity. I didn't overcrowd this graphic. Now my logical mind's going, it's still a little more crowded than you prefer, Erin, but it's not overcrowded. Okay, for your own business pages, your own social media accounts, your own timelines, your own profiles, your own websites, but particularly your own social media that you sort of own. The social media networks actually own them, but let's pretend we own them, right? So in that, your branding graphics need to have some components. They need to have your visual logo if you have one. But Erin, I don't have one. Don't let that stop you from sharing your message. It's okay. Breathe. I can help you with that, okay? I won't design it for you. I'll recommend somebody who can, but I can help you with what would be the optimal design that will resonate best with your dream peeps. Don't let it stop you from creating graphics or sharing your message, though, visually and in other content, okay? But if you do have a visual logo, that needs to go on your graphic. You can see mine up here, which is evolving still. Like I'm going to be updating it from transformational business support, which I know is hard to read there, and I'm okay with that because really I just wanted you to notice the rainbow and the circle and to identify when you see that with Erin Lloyd and Quantum Leap Your Biz. Biz, buzz, whatever. Okay, next. My new brand colors are the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. Woo woo. Now, if you're a designer, you might be, and even if you're not, you might be looking at that, especially if you're a very visual person going, Erin, that's not the exact primary shade of red. That's not the exact primary shade color of blue. That's not the exact primary yellow. Whatever. I just told you I allowed myself grace and freedom to experiment, and you can too. Okay, but my main three colors that came in, besides for black and white, of course, my main two are black and white, and then I still incorporate blue. I've used that for years. I just changed the shade and was surprised of which different shades of blue started coming in for it. And that's intentional. If you want to know the psychology behind that, let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you in a different video. So black, white, and then my accent colors are the red and the yellow, but my main colors are the black, white, red, and blue. Well, black, white, blue, and red, and then mostly the red and yellow are the accent colors. Okay, Erin, do I have to have 4 colors? You've got black, white, blue, yellow, red. That's like 5 colors. Black, white, blue, yellow, red. Yeah, I do. You don't have to have 5 colors. You can keep it to 2 to 3 colors, okay? For me, again, master driving is imagination and inspiration, and that for me came through as black, white, blue, and then accent colors of red and yellow. So would I normally recommend just generally willy-nilly that you have 5 colors? No. But if you're my client, I will tune in, we'll go over the inner game, the outer game, who you serve, how you serve them, your branding, your messaging, all this stuff, and find out what's going to get you resonating with your dream peeps the best and be most powerful and the quickest and easiest that resonates, that you like and that they like. Bonus golden nugget, don't design or have designed just what you like. It's not about you, no offense, sorry, not sorry. It's about your dream peeps. But if you like it too, it's a win-win, icing on the cake, and I'm all about the win-win whenever possible. So make it about them. Focus on them. Golden nugget, golden nugget. And if you like it too, even better, icing on the cake. Yeah? You dig? This is water break time. Drink some water. Okay. 2 hours, 13 minutes. We got to wrap this up. I know. Okay. So, but do you see how, even though I'm sharing a graphic that I made that I actually like and using it as a real life representation of me embodying what I teach, which is that yes, there's hope even for perfectionists, and yes, shit still comes up for me, but there are ways that when you do the internal work with support, you can continue to flow forward anyway in spite of it. So I have all kinds of tips and tricks specifically for perfectionists and recovering perfectionists. If you'd like me to make you a separate training or a PDF on those, let me know in the comments or email me, Erin@quantumleapyourbiznow.com. Okay, so keep your graphics simple. And some of them are going to be longer than others depending on the intention and purpose behind them. If it's just a meme style graphic, which this one is if you're not familiar with a meme because you're newer to online marketing, and I'm pretty sure you know what it is, but maybe you haven't heard it referred to that way. It's just a graphic with words on it, oftentimes a quote that either you've said or somebody else said. Now, if you want to share a quote as a meme that will connect with your dream peeps and still resonate and align with your business and brand, but you don't know who said it, then have the quote put in quote marks. Don't pretend to take credit for it or imply that you said it if you know damn well you're not the one who originated that quote and didn't say it. Okay? If you do know who said it, one, do your best to find out who said it. Two, if you do know who said it already, then give them props. Make sure that you give them props on the meme. Okay? So this is a meme style graphic. I've quoted myself with the inspired download that came through earlier, aka this week's message of the week, which is the power statement, aka affirmation, that I'm imploring you to repeat after me. I always invest in myself and my success, and so do my dream peeps. And then I put my name, Erin Lloyd, because I'm the one who said it. I'm the one who received it. I could have put quote marks. I chose not to in this graphic. Again, I wanted to keep it simple. So you can use the acronym KISS. Some people say keep it simple, stupid. Some people say keep it simple, sweetheart. There's another S I can't think of right now. Keep it simple, something, something. Whatever works for you. But if you are a perfectionist or recovering perfectionist, whether you're designing the work or you're hiring somebody else to do it, don't get into nitpicky OCD-ish territory and let it stop you from flowing forward. Okay? Just get her done. Good is better than perfect. Okay, that's another meme I have, but that quote is not from me. So I have it in quote marks, and when I remember who said it or find out, I want to say T. Harv. No, not T. Harv Eker. It's somebody else. It might be T. Harv Eker. There are different variations of it said by different people. Okay, so sometimes I'll just put that in quote marks on a meme, and I have that meme somewhere. But the point is, this one I said I chose to make this a simple graphic and not overcrowd it, so I've omitted the quote marks, but I do have my name there. What's interesting is usually I like to do a little tilde, which is that little squiggle, like a dash, but instead of being a horizontal line, it's a squiggle for a dash when I'm doing quotes on memes. But for some reason, I wasn't guided to do that and didn't do it on this meme and on this graphic, and I just noticed that. And I'm cool with that because I don't want to overcrowd this graphic. I want to keep it simple and focused and intentional, yet inspired and aligned. I also want to point out something here that you can maybe apply to some of your own posts, whether they're typed or visuals or both, which is, I said something a few minutes ago, call to action. I implored you to repeat after me, or I encouraged you or requested that you repeat after me. This is, if you're new, what's known as a CTA, or call to action. You tell them what you want them to do. What action do you want them to take? I want you to repeat after me. Okay, now I don't usually put that on the meme itself. I'll usually put it in the description of the meme, but I don't usually put it on the actual meme. This time I put it on here. So could this graphic, this meme graphic, look cleaner and more streamlined and simpler if I had just omitted repeat after me and raised up this block of text that has the I always invest in myself and so do my dream peeps? Yes. However, that's not how the inspiration came through. It came through as an engagement post that requires your participation, invites you to take an action, repeat after me. Okay, that's the action I want you to take. You could type it, you can say it aloud. I encourage you to do both. Okay, so I was inspired to put the call to action directly on this meme on the graphic. So there's a call to action right on the graphic. Then I have my quote. Then I have my name. Why? Because one, I'm the one who said it. And if anyone wants to share it, I want to be associated with it because it's my fucking quote. Okay? Also, I want you to think of me when you see this meme. I want you to think of me, Erin Lloyd, Quantum Leap Your Biz, Erin Lloyd, Attract Dream Clients. Okay? Erin Lloyd, Increase Your Income. Erin Lloyd, Rapid Results. Okay? So we've got the logo. So make sure your logo, if you have one, visual, is included on your memes or graphics. Not all meme, how do I say this? Not all graphics are memes, but all memes are graphics. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. Any questions, let me know in the comments. So, Erin, do you think I need to put a call to action on all of my memes that have graphics, or have my designer or my VA do that for me? No, only if inspired and aligned. This was inspired and aligned. That's how it came through. I put it on there, makes it more powerful, and it encourages engagement and participation. And at any chance you get, you do want to encourage participation and engagement, but in an intentional, inspired, and strategic way. Next. So we've got my name. So we've got the logo, call to action. In this case, because it's a meme, we've got my quote. Then we've got who said it. That's right, me, Erin Lloyd. One of the L's is silent, if you haven't noticed that. Then we've got my symbol that I've been using more and more since last fall/winter, which is the lightning bolt. Okay. Sometimes you're going to see this larger on my graphics. Sometimes you're going to see it smaller. I had more room to play with, so I made it a little bigger. Yeah. Notice, though, that it's sort of pointing upward to my name, but it's also pointing downward to what? My link, quantumleapyourbiznow.com, which is my website. So your graphics, what I recommend for you, since you waited so long and invested your time, thank you, as your reward, is include your visual logo if you have one. If it's a meme graphic, make sure you give credit where credit's due and put the person's name who said it. If you don't know and really can't find out, and you've tried or had somebody try it for you genuinely, then just put it in quotes, but don't make it seem like you said it. One of my biggest pet peeves is when I see other entrepreneurs share a quote they know is a famous quote and not put quote marks around it and not say who said it and try to pretend they're the ones who said it or imply that they're the ones who said it. And then people who are new and have never heard that quote think, oh, this person's a genius. Well, they may be a genius, but they didn't give credit where it was due, and they tried to insinuate that they're the ones who said it. And that's not an integrity. That's not how I play. That's not ethical. Well, it's not officially unethical, but to me it's out of integrity, and I really lose all respect for people who do that. Please don't be one of those. If you think that's okay, I'm not the person for you. Again, you know where the door is. All right, if you are values-based like I am, and integrity is one of your core values as it is for me, then you'll get what I'm saying. All right, so do I recommend that your branding have a symbol like mine is now, mostly the lightning bolt and occasionally the atom? Again, I cannot give you customized advice unless we're working and playing together. Because I don't know you, I don't know your business, I don't know your goals, your dreams, your creative career. I don't know yet. Okay? I'm offering this training as a gift from my heart to yours. But there are many people who are going to watch this at different levels and different businesses and different stages of their journey. So I have to make this broad in order to keep it free. One of the ways I give back, which is an integrity for me as a conscious spiritual entrepreneur, is to offer high value, free, quality content that has practical, applicable tips you can take and apply right after my trainings, whether we ever work or play together. But Erin, I was taught in business that you should tell but never show, or that you should tell them the what but make them pay for the how. Listen, you guys, you have to do you. I'm about doing business in an aligned, inspired way and having a business you love that's both conscious and prosperous. For me, and for many successful spiritual and heart-based and heart-centered and conscious entrepreneurs and creatives and visionary leaders, we love to give. We're natural givers. So as long as we're not over giving to the point of becoming doormats and then letting people take advantage of us and then getting resentful about it. And if that's you, I can help you with that as well. I've been there, done that. Burned the t-shirt because it wasn't serving me any longer. But if that's you too, don't worry, I've got you, boo, for that as well. If that's not you, you're lucky because it really sucks. But there are healthy ways that we can still give back, and the people I work with and myself love to give value. Okay, that's relevant and practical and applicable so to our dream peeps, and that's you. You're my dream peeps. So I want to make sure I'm giving you value. And sometimes I know that that is something that I could have just saved up and sold you in a course or as part of a course, or sometimes I share tips that I only share with paying clients when guided and inspired and aligned to. Okay? Without expectation of return. That's key. Knowing you may never ever hire me, even if you would have been my dream peep. But I still haven't given you enough. Yeah, I've given you enough to apply right away and even have some rapid results. If you just went through my YouTube channel alone, you would have rapid results, especially if you're committed and all in and doing things that are inspired and aligned. Right? But are you going to have reach the level of sustainable success or the level of success you're capable of without my support? Maybe, but it's going to probably take you years longer. All right. My customized, comprehensive, holistic approach is what's going to help you the best, because that's what helps all my dream peeps the best. It's what helps you get the results. But you still have to do the work. You still have to be all in. You still have to be 100% committed to quantum leaping your biz. You still have to be qualified. You still have to meet certain criteria. You still have to be coachable. You have to come from it from a beginner's mind, and always being willing to invest in yourself time, money, and energy, and always willing to continue to learn, grow, and evolve. And not in a resentful way, like, oh, I thought I was done with all that shit way, but in a, yeah, I get to continue learning and growing and improving myself because it makes me a better person, which helps me be better in every way and area of my life, especially in my business or creative career too. How does it get even better than that? That's the attitude you want to come with. That's the mindset you want to approach this with. And it doesn't, and I want to make one final distinction I was going to make earlier, but didn't get a chance to because this has been so value packed and I've been following the energy. Let me be clear here. That doesn't mean you're not good enough as you are right now. You were born worthy. I think Bob Proctor even has a book called that. You were born worthy. Just because you exist, you're good enough. So this isn't about, when I say keep investing in yourself and keep growing yourself, if you want to grow your success in your business or your creative career, it's not about you're not good enough. It's about how can I be the best person I can be today in my business or creative career to best serve my dream peeps through my offerings, through my products, through my courses, through my services, through my events, through my gigs, through my books, through my podcast, through my records, through whatever it is, through my comedy, through my acting. I've even had some lawyers come to me. Through my legal practice. If you're a medical practitioner or holistic health practitioner, through my health practice. If you're just an entrepreneur who has a small business but happens to consider yourself conscious or spiritual, and you just want to be a better person and make it better win-wins for everybody involved, okay? Like the owner of Costco, for instance. Of course, that's not a small business, but you get the gist. If you're heart-centered, this is the way to keep going. Not because you have to or you're not good enough, but with that enthusiasm of, oh, I get to continue learning and growing and evolving, and it's going to make me a better person, a better parent, a better partner, a better spouse, a better friend, a better daughter, a better parent, a better lover, a better, business owner, a better creative, a better visionary leader. Hell yeah. How's it get even better than that? I get to do it. Look at it like that, not I have to do it. You see the importance of today's message, the message of the week, and this power statement / affirmation, in addition to not being a hypocrite. So, okay, so I wanted to make that distinction. Just because I'm suggesting you keep investing time, money, and energy, and that one of the main ways you do that is to hire the best business coach for you, which may be me, doesn't mean that you're not good enough already. It means you want to have that beginner's mind attitude, that always learning and growing and improving, because you want to be the best you can be for you, your family, your friends, your kids, your parents, your business people, your clients and customers and students and patients and attendees, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Not because you weren't good enough, as you already are. All right, and then finally, do I recommend you have a symbol as part of your visual branding? Maybe yes, maybe no. Again, for customized advice and expertise, would have to be working and playing together. You'd have to be my client. I don't always recommend it for everybody. It just was inspired and aligned and came through, and so that's what I have now. And sometimes you'll see it as I'm playing around with different shades of the three main of the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. You're going to sometimes see the lightning bolt in white. Sometimes you're going to see it in yellow. Sometimes you're going to see it larger. Sometimes you're going to see it smaller. Here it's in yellow and a little bit larger than normal. And the yellow isn't just because it's my primary color that I chose the lightning bolt on this particular meme in that color. It also has psychological, energetic, and emotional reasons, as well as visual reasons I chose to intentionally make the lightning bolt yellow in this post. Everything you see in this graphic is intentionally chosen. From the placement to which words and text got put in which colors to the fonts. It's all intentional. It's inspired and aligned, yes, and intentional. Okay, and so finally we want to wrap up with what else should go on your graphics, whether it's a meme or a regular graphic for your visual branding for your business, because whether we like it or not, and I'm talking to us left brainers, again, society, humanity's moving more and more visual. And whether we decided that that is degressing or regressing or devolving or evolving is besides the point. The point is, if you can't beat them, join them, release and surrender control and go with the flow, right? But in an inspired, intentional, aligned way that makes sense for your brand and your business. Okay, so that being said, if the graphic is being designed where it's going to be used on all of your social media channels, on your own profiles or business pages or stories, whether it's Insta or YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, then you do want to include your website URL if you have one, even if it's a single page website, even if it's only like mine is right now, the only publicly visible page, well, there are a few publicly visible pages to my website, but the main publicly visible page to my website is found at quantumleapyourbiznaw.com, which would normally be a home page, and sooner or later it will be. That's in the works, in the background that you can't see because it's not published. So right now, what I have, if you go to quantumleapyourbiznaw.com, I'll invite you to go there and find out. But basically, it's an irresistible free gift for you. Okay, and it's got one main purpose, that page. And if you, before you sign up, now sign up first if it resonates, and if you're like, yeah, I want that gift. If you feel that when you get to that website, quantumleapyourbiznaw.com, sign up immediately. Then after you've signed up and read the thank you page and the info about the free gift, then hit your back button on your browser and look at or go back to quantumleapyourbiznow.com again, and then look at it. Why? You can study it and learn. You don't have to make it look like mine. In fact, I don't want you to copy mine. It's fine. Get your own. If you want customized advice on what I'd recommend for your site, again, would have to be working and playing together as a client. Best way is for us to have a powerful, transformational, introductory coaching conversation, of which you could receive one for free, valued at $555. And they're exclusive. You do have to qualify. I only offer a few a month. Okay, and again, you can apply for that and learn more about it at bit.ly/quantumleapyourbizapp. Okay, and the link will be below, either in the description of the video on YouTube or in the comments on Facebook, or both. Okay, so that's how we find out how I can help you, if I can help you, and if we would make a great dream team in order to do that. But for your graphics, to wrap this up finally, add, if you have a website, even if it's only a one-page website, like mine is publicly showing only a one-page website right now, put the URL, the domain name for it, on your graphic. Does it always have to be on the bottom of the graphic? No. It's a commonplace, but it doesn't always have to be there. For customized recommendations, again, you'd have to be my client. But for now, I will say this. Include it on the graphic somewhere, or have it included. Does it always have to be in bold type or boldface type? No. I chose to put this one on this graphic in bold. So if you just visually backed yourself up and hadn't seen what the graphic said yet, and you were scrolling your newsfeed or your stories, and this graphic, boom, is next, there are a few elements of it that are going to visually grab your attention first. Okay? And one of the main things that draws your attention is the bright, vivid yellow, which points down to the URL in bold, quantumleapyourbiznow.com. Okay? Now, whether you see it immediately or after you've seen the rest of the graphic doesn't matter to me. What matters is that you see it, and hopefully you go to that website. And if it is like, oh yeah, she's offering me that as a gift for free, after she just gave me this free high vibe, high value training, hell yeah, I want that freebie, gimme. Okay, if it resonates, sign up. But then you can go back after you've signed up and look at the page. There are elements on that page that if you study, you can apply to your own in certain instances. Now, you have to keep in mind that my page with the irresistible freebie for you is serving a double purpose. It's serving as my sort of mini about section, since I don't have the rest of my website officially published yet, except for a few sales pages here and there, which you'll see links to on Facebook, but you won't see them on my website itself. So because it's acting as sort of my home page and irresistible freebie for you all in one, it's doing double duty. And so I have some elements on there that you would normally find on an about page or in an about me section that I wouldn't normally recommend necessarily go on your own page of a similar nature. So again, for customized advice would have to be working and playing together in one of my Quantum Leap Your Biz offerings or my Rapid Results programs. But the point is, if you have a website, it doesn't have to be pretty or polished or perfect. Just get her done. Even if it's one page, if you do have it, put the URL on your graphics that go on all of your social media platforms. They go on all of your printed out flyers if you advertise locally too, or also have a brick and mortar business or work out of some other brick and mortar places, even part-time. And here's your final golden nugget, one version of your graphic that has your logo, so we have my logo, your visual logo if you have one, that has whatever the graphics purpose is. In this case it's a meme, so it has a quote. In this case I was inspired to add a call to action, so it has a call to action. Yours may or may not have that. It's going to vary by intention. In this case, because it's a quote, it has my name, and plus I want you to associate this graphic and this branding visually and otherwise with me. And this quote, it has my symbol. Your business may or may not benefit from a symbol as part of your visual branding. Again, if you're my private client and you're wondering about that, we can review that as part of branding strategy for Outer Game of Business Success. And then finally, elements on your graphics need to be, if you have a website, the link to your homepage, or if you have an irresistible freebie page, aka a lead magnet, aka an opt-in page, aka a sign-up page that you have a link for, and you want to use the graphic to drive traffic to it, then you can put that link instead of a link to a main website or homepage. but it must be on your graphic. Okay? So, simple, strategic, intentional, and inspired and aligned. But I've also got this graphic working psychologically, visually, emotionally, energetically, all in the background without the reader, that'd be you or viewer, even noticing it or realizing what's happening. And we can do the same design, not visual design, but the same intentional and way of resonating with your dream peeps for your branding if we work and play together, if that's something you require and desire help with. Whether you don't have a brand yet or whether you're ready for a rebrand or a new direction. But remember, you got the sneak peek audio version. Branding doesn't start with the visuals. It starts with what's already underneath. And I help you with that too, the foundation. Okay, so the final tip is, again, the graphics that go on your own platforms need to have the link that you want to drive traffic to, the URL. If you have a website or web page you want to drive traffic to, always include the link. However, there is an exception to this rule, especially on social media, especially on Facebook. If you're on Facebook and part of your marketing strategy happens to be advertising, marketing, promoting yourself in other people's Facebook groups, Erin, should I be doing that? If you want a customized recommendation, again, let's start with that introductory, free, exclusive Quantum Leap Your Biz coaching, powerful, transformational session. It's in depth. Okay, whether we speak again ever after the session, you will leave better than you came into it, as long as you choose it and allow yourself to. But you do have to qualify again, bit.ly/Quantum Leap Your Biz app, all caps. Quantum is capitalized, leap is capitalized, your is capitalized, biz is capitalized, app is capitalized, to apply and find out what the criteria to receive one of my exclusive free sessions are. But if you work and play with me and you want customized strategy, we will go over that. Okay, so the exception is if marketing on Facebook in other people's Facebook groups ends up becoming part of the strategy to get your business or create a career where you want it to be, whether it's you doing the posting or somebody on your support team like a virtual assistant or an online business manager doing your postings for you as your business or your business's name. Either way, if part of your strategy involves marketing in other people's Facebook groups, listen very carefully. Many of those groups do not allow you to include links either in your marketing copy, aka your text, aka your caption, aka the description or post that you type, or in the graphics. Now for me, I have a couple of groups, one I'm primarily active in, and I allow the links to be in graphics, but not in the post except for promo days. So in my groups, I allow promos twice a week. So I have one day where you can come in and share an irresistible freebie. And there's a certain hashtag you have to use for that. And I even let you post it directly to the group wall. You don't even have to do it in a thread as a comment. How's it get even better than that? Lots of groups, if they offer promos at all, make you do it as a comment to a post instead of directly to the wall. Now that could change at some point in the future, but for right now I allow that. As long as you follow the group rules and use the relevant hashtag and it's not spam. And if you listen this far, I doubt you're going to be spamming, right? Especially if you have integrity, which my dream peeps do. So, I also offer a promo day that's a paid promo, like something you have for sale, like a course or a product or a service. And that has a relevant hashtag that you have to use, but you can also post directly to the wall of my groups on that day. Okay? I even have a day where You can promote a social media channel, like where can we find you on social media, like on your YouTube or your Insta or your LinkedIn or your Facebook business page. And that one is a post that you have to comment in a comment thread, but then you're allowed to put it's not a website link. It's not for a website. It's only for social media link. Okay. So I do allow, when you post in my groups, links in the graphics, but you can't put them in the descriptive text of the post unless it's on a promo day and you use the relevant hashtag. And that's more than fair and a lot more generous than a lot of group owners and hosts allow. Okay. That being said, every group has different rules. So you need to be respectful, or the person on your team or people on your team posting for you as you in your business need to be very mindful and respectful of the group's rules, and the group's host or owners and admins, and follow their rules to the T. So some groups allow you to promote, not at all. Some groups allow you to promote on different days. Some groups allow you to promote directly to the wall. Some groups allow you to promote only in comments to a promo post thread. Some groups allow you to have links on graphics but not in the text. Some groups allow you to have links in both places. Some groups let you promote but say no soliciting. You can't even put your link in. If somebody's interested, they'll find a way to contact you by going to your profile. Barf. I hate that. That's me though. You don't have to hate it just because I do. And it can work. It's just there's some scarcity driving that kind of rule by the group owner that I have a personal issue with, especially in groups where they claim to be conscious or spiritual, where they don't realize that it's out of alignment and coming from scarcity. Okay, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's their group, it's their fucking rules. It's their house, their rules, right? So be respectful of the group you're in and follow the rules. They can be found in the About section or the announcements usually, or pinned to the top of a group usually. If you're new to this and don't know where to look, that's where to start. The About section of the group, the rules when you join the group, and or pinned to the top of the page, and or the announcements tab of the group. It's in different places in different groups, so you have to do your own homework. Okay, next. So what does this have to do with the graphic, Erin? And I thought you were wrapping up finally with the domain name. I am. So here's the last part. When you or your team creates your graphics for you that you're going to be sharing all over social media, I'm going to help save you some time by having you have them, or yourself if you're doing your own graphics at first, which I don't recommend, but hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And what I recommend is this. Create the first graphic with your domain name, your link on it. For example, you see mine with the link on it. Then make a duplicate of that graphic and omit the link from the duplicate. So now you'll have one graphic that has the link on it, the domain name on it, of whichever site, if you have a website or web page you want to send traffic to. And you'll have one version of the same graphic with no link. Why? Because in the groups that say no links allowed, not even in graphics, you'll already have the graphic ready, and you can, if it's you doing it, you'll know to use the graphic without the link in that group. Or if it's one of your team members, like a virtual assistant doing it, you'll be able to instruct them, hey, create me one version, or your graphic designer creates it, whoever creates it. You'll have one version with the link, one version without of each graphic. And then whoever's posting for you, if it's not you, like a virtual assistant or an online business manager, you let them know, hey, make sure you're following the group rules, and for the groups that say you can't even have links on graphics, make sure you use the version of the graphic that has no link on it, so we can be in accordance with the group's rules. then it's already done and you don't have to think, oh crap, I was going to do that. Now I'm just going to have to type it and there won't be a visual graphic to go with it after all that time and money and energy. And plus, I really wanted to share that graphic because I know it's going to catch the eyes of my dream peeps more than just text by itself. Okay, so that prevents that problem. So even though you've invested 2 hours, almost 3 hours on this training, guess what? I just saved you and or your team members, support staff like virtual assistant or OBM, time in the future and hassle and frustration in the future, and getting kicked out of groups where your dream clients and dream peeps might be hanging out in the future, because I've just told you how to get around that. You make a version of the graphic without your link on it, and that way you can still be in accordance with the group rules. And it will already be ready for when you or your team member goes into the group to post. Okay? Makes sense? Any questions? Let me know in the comments. All right, so let me know what you found most valuable about this training. We've covered a broad range of subjects from the message of the week to why it's important to invest in yourself and keep learning, growing, and evolving personally and professionally, and how it can help you speed up your success and quantum leap your biz. And that one of the best ways to do that is hire the best business coach for you, which could be me. And I gave you a way to find out more about that. And you've gotten some tips about branding, both visually as well as what branding is and isn't. You have gotten tips on how to have your graphics created, whether you create them or have some create them for you, and about simplicity. You've got some inner game tips as far as overcoming perfectionism, as well as some outer game tips about branding and strategy and business and connecting with your dream peeps. Okay. We've covered a bunch of other things as well that were all related and relevant. Hang on. You've been given not one, not two, but three, count them, three power statements, aka 2 of them are affirmations and 1 of them is a question of which you've been given 3 variations of it to use in different situations in which you can go away and go start applying immediately to life and business. Okay? And you have the next step as far as how I can help you. So as you can see here, follow the link in the comments to discover how I can help you quantum leap your biz without burning out, selling out, or losing your soul so you can transform the world like you came here to do. Woo woo. By the way, notice the use of intentional strategic emojis. Your shortcut to success era. Notice my name is tagged. Why? Because if we hover over it, you see my profile. And you can click or tap it and be taken to my profile. By the way, it says on the screen, Confidence and Success Coach at Funny Business, and that is a side gig. That's not the main thing you should see when you hover over it. It should say Intuitive Business Coach and Client Attraction Specialist, which is my main thing. But I did say I work with visionary leaders, conscious entrepreneurs, leaders, creators, light bringers, and entertainers. Which means, and includes you too, artists. Okay, again, you see some of my titles, yada, yada, blah, blah. So here you see my business page tagged. What do I mean by tagged? If you're new to online marketing, it's in blue. It's a hyperlink. And if you hover over it, you'll see something slightly different than what you see on the screen right now, but you'll be able to like and follow me just from hovering over it. Or click or tap it and go there and check out all the free goodness just for you to help you quantum leap your biz for free. Then you'll see my hashtag craziness and fun and silliness and ridiculousness. And this one's really gone crazy and absurd. But more importantly, we get down to the comments where you see one of my branding graphics, Quantum Leap Your Biz and Attract Your Dream Clients, Customers, and Cash. Which, by the way, is short and sweet and simple, but uses my rainbow colors and one of my fonts I usually use. It's a different one than you see in this main graphic, but this one down here. And you probably can't read it, but very tiny is that bit.ly link I gave you, bit.ly/quantum leap your biz app, all capitalized, and app is A, P as in Paul, P as in Paul. If you click or tap it in the comments, You'll see it larger, full size, the graphic, and then it's easier to read that way too. But guess what? You don't have to, because I've taken the liberty of putting it in the comments for you here, so you can just click or tap it right from here. And now you can see how it's spelled. Okay, and which letters are capitalized. So this will take you to my application form where you can apply for one of my exclusive, limited, free, powerful, transformational, introductory coaching conversations called a Quantum Leap Your Biz session, which is valued at $555, but I believe it's worth way more. That whether or not we end up working or playing together afterward, my intention is that to be of the highest value and service to you during the session if you receive one, if you qualify to receive one, and that you'll leave it better than you came into it. Yeah? Sound great? That's a ganga of a deal, as we say here in the American Southwest. So that has been this week's message of the week, aka training. That has gone to 3 hours, which now here's the thing, let's breathe. I appreciate your time investment. Thank you so much. And if you never follow me again, or we never talk or connect, still take the time and let me know what was most valuable and helpful to you about this training, what you found the most helpful, and if you intend to check out what working and playing with me might look like and be like for you in your business, like by applying for one of those free sessions. And if you're going to apply, let me know that in the comments also of this video or on Facebook, wherever you're seeing this, so that I can keep my eye out for your application. Okay? Only apply if you meet the criteria, which again, you can find when you go to bit.ly/quantumleapyourbiz app. You'll be able to read more and find out what it takes to qualify to receive one. And all I ask is that you answer honestly with integrity. Okay? And that you're truly serious and committed. So how does it get even better than that? So that's been this week's training, and I know it was a long one. I had no intention or desire to do it. In fact, I have a bunch of other things that I'm actually now technically behind on, because this was not meant to be part of my agenda for today. So my left brain is not happy about this being 3 hours, but my heart and spirit, being the natural giver that I am, know that it feels aligned. It feels like the right amount of value for what wanted to come through for this training for you. That even though it's been 3 hours of your time, that you can start applying these things right away, or make your team watch this and have them apply it right away, or share what you've learned here with your team if you have a team, so they can apply it, so you can start benefiting right away. Because there is a place for show and tell and the how for us givers and heart-centered peeps. So even with what I've given you on this 3-hour training that you can go and take away and start implementing or have implemented right away, guess what? It's still not going to get you as far as working with me will. And I know that. So I didn't give away the whole, the whole kit and caboodle, or the whole enchilada, or the whole house, or whatever that other saying about give away the farm. I didn't give away the whole farm. And yet, I still gave away what I felt inspired to share. I just wish, as I'm sure you do and would agree, that it wasn't 3 hours. I had no desire or intention to make it 3 hours. So part of me, my left brain part, the perfectionist part, the control freak part, that's not professional to do an unannounced 3-hour training part, wants to say to you, sorry, but the real me part knows that this was value-centered, value-packed, an excellent example of investing time, energy, and money into yourself, only you only had to invest time for this one. And that the return on investment for your 3 hours of time, if you apply what I've shared, customized for you, even if we don't have a free session together, even if we never work and play together, is still going to be beneficial for you in your business or creative career. Yeah? And if you're like, yeah, that was valuable, but it was too long, in the future I prefer bite-sized trainings. So do I usually. So I get it. I feel you. But here's the thing. my trainings come when they're inspired, so I don't do a training like this every single week. Okay, so it's not like every week I'm expecting you to invest 3 hours of your very valuable time on a 3 hour training with me or by me. Okay, so this might have been my first YouTube training I've done in a month or 2 months or 3 months. Okay, so can you invest 3 hours for a powerful return on investments that if you apply and implement is going to help you start quantum leaping your biz even if we don't ever connect or work or play together, right? Or one training that sometimes is longer than others every month or every few months that's going to benefit you and your business and therefore your dream peeps. I mean, that's a decision only you can make, but I would say it's pretty much a no-brainer, right? It's not like I'm asking you to invest 3 hours of your time every week with me. Okay. So you might be thinking, I just got the hit that somebody's thinking, well, how long do I have to invest if I become your client, Erin? And that's something we can talk about in the free session if we both agree that I am the best person to help you to achieve your business and career dreams and to transform them into reality. Okay? Because again, it's customized and personalized for what each client and their business desire and require. But I did say earlier that for sustainable success, the best option if we decide to work and play together is going to be my year-long Quantum Leap Your Biz program. But that I do have some shorter term solutions and options as well. And I won't know which is best for you until we get onto a free session or at the very least have some kind of messenger chat or email exchange. But usually it's going to lead to a free session. So, and you might be thinking, well, what if she's going to automatically just say to everybody the year-long one? I actually don't. There are a lot of people who just need short-term support right now or aren't ready for sustainable success yet or aren't at that higher level, don't desire or require it just yet, who one of my shorter term solutions will work best for, and I will oftentimes just recommend that because I only want to recommend what's desired and required and nothing more, right? I'm not here to just sell you everything. I'm here to help you realize your business dreams and get to where you want to be easier and faster than you ever dreamed possible, and definitely easier and faster than on your own, and certainly easier and faster than with most other coaches or consultants or healers, because remember, I'm an all-in-one inclusive, like all-inclusive vacation resort stay. I'm all-in-one, right? Consultant, coach, healing facilitator, and it's customized. Plus, we're using the holistic success system, which is proven. So as long as you meet the criteria and we get on well, like a house on fire, then it's all uphill from here, baby, but in a good way. I don't mean uphill like uphill in the snow pushing a boulder. I mean like sky's the limit. It's like up, forward and upward, right? So if that resonates with you and sounds good for you, click or tap the link to apply, bit.ly/quantumleapyourbiz-app. In the meantime, while you wait to hear back, let me know in the comments what was most valuable, what your biggest takeaways were, if you're going to apply, so I can keep my eye out for your application. And also remember, if you haven't already visited quantumleapyourbiznow.com, go ahead and do that and check out the irresistible freebie I have waiting there for you. All right, until next time, this has been Erin Lloyd of Transformational Business Support, aka Quantum Leap Your Biz. And remember, you are infinitely powerful and your success is inevitable. Okay, bye for now.